Hello, hello, and welcome to the first cycle of Need for Link stream. I'm here joined with my co-host SoulXCross.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Alright, so what we're going to start with is going to explain how the tournament works and the format. Um,
Yeah.
alright, if you can start, go ahead, Soul, and briefly explain how it works.
All right, so Link Navis is a really unique format. Basically, what we're doing is we're using other navies that you get their crosses for throughout the game, like such as Groundman or Tengu Man and Spoutman. So you get their navies and you play the SP forms or the strongest forms of those navies. Usually, to level them up, it involves a PET, and you have to have their data chip, and then you just kind of power them up through the game with the PET. But of course, we're playing online. We just use codes, and we have saves prepared for each nav. You load those saves up, fix up your folders, and you're pretty much good to go. You don't have to worry about any Navi cust setups or anything because each Navi comes with their own pre-made like Navi cust setup. Like some will have Mega 2, some will have 3, etc., etc. Certain they each have their own certain amount of HP depending on the Navi. It's a really good format, a lot of fun. You get to play whoever you want, and it's not Mega Man, so it's a little different.
Yeah, for sure. And if you want more info, then we have guides on how to set up the link navies, on how to join. It's all explained once you join on the N1GP. You can find everything there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to start with the first match, which is Uvu vs SoulXCross.
Yeah. Oh, me up first. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Um, so
So
this was a very interesting match. Let's take a look at the folders, right?
yeah, so we're looking at the setups now.
All right. So looking at the folders, we obviously know based on the amazing art by the
Yeah,
artists. It was actually let's talk about that for a few seconds. The art was a requirement
yeah,
before this tournament. Yeah. It was said that you have to draw the Navi that you're using on Paint. I didn't do it on Microsoft Paint, fortunately. I actually drew it on paper and like submitted it. Salad actually touched it up for me, so shout out to Salad. She made it brighter because it was kind of hard to see. But yeah, the art was probably the most fun part of this entire.
yeah. Yeah, so when I started doing the art, I wasn't really looking forward to it, but as soon as I started, I really got into it.
Yeah, yeah, yes. You just dive right in. You're just like, I
Yeah,
need this to be perfect.
yeah,
A lot of the art came out really good. Like, oh man, Uvu's Brown Man is so good. Like, I
yeah,
love it to death.
yeah.
And points for color, like, because I didn't color mine. I don't have color
Mm,
pen like that. But the people who actually went above and beyond, it's just
yeah.
amazing. Yeah, but actually looking at the folders now, let's actually dive into that. What did you think when you first looked?
So I think one main thing we have to look at with Link Navi is the chart shot that each Link Navi has, because that will
Mm-hmm.
affect a lot of the decisions that could be made in the build. So for Uvu, he has Groundman, and Groundman fires three Groundman drills that go forward
Yes.
three panels.
Yeah.
And I think in total it can do 180 damage, which is quite good. Um,
And the range of those drills are actually amazing, which is the biggest threatening thing
yeah,
about Groundman, especially in a format where not everyone has super armor. And that's another big thing, right? Like, for instance, Spoutman doesn't have super, so those drills, they go as far as 3 spaces forward,
yeah,
and it's filling up every row. If you're in the center, it'll fill up every row, so completely unvoidable if
yeah,
there's no area grabs in play.
yeah. Yeah, it's really strong, especially in a format where most players don't have super armor. So if you
Mm-hmm.
get stuck in the start of the attack, you can't even do anything.
Right, right. It's very rough.
Yeah,
And it's a multi-hitting move, right? Just like Drill Arm of sort. I don't think it does nearly as much damage as Drill Arm, but it's still pretty good.
yeah,
Wait, actually,
I don't
Yeah, I
think
think
it
it does.
applies the push effect of Trilog, but
No,
it still is very good, yeah.
it locks you in place, allows for easy setups. Like if you can time it right, you get a nice free
Yeah,
Judge Man follow up or a Race Man follow up. It's a really good charge shot.
yeah,
But let's talk a little bit about Bubble Man. You know, my little
yeah,
Aquaman, Aqua Bubble Bite. I love this guy. He's so cute.
yeah. I mean, your drawing also highlights how cute he is, so.
Yeah, for sure. I really love this picture. I'm not even gonna. He's like one of my most favorite navies, so using him was very. It's special to me.
Yeah. Okay, so for your charge shots, it's really fast charge shot that fires similar to the chip, the Spoutman chip.
Hmm.
Fires
Yep.
2 panels ahead, and it hits 2 panels, cracking the first one.
It's very much if you've played any Battle Network games in the past, especially Battle Network 3 and 4, it's very much like the bubbler battle chip.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it's
So
a 30 frame charge, so it's like 30 frames really fast in this game.
yeah, yeah,
So
it
it's
really
really
is.
good for sure. Oh, and one other big thing. Every charge shot, when it lands, the bubbler lands, it cracks that.
Mm,
So it could be a good thing and a bad thing. If it's a very good thing if used correctly, right? Because you can limit your opponent's movement options.
yeah.
The bad thing about it is if they're hiding in the back, you don't have anything like an area grab. You break that second panel, you can't throw more bubblers into the hole because they'll
Mm,
just poof. So you have to really be cautious of how you're breaking panels when you're breaking panels, so
yeah,
that way you don't negate your own charge shot in a sense.
yeah. You're also taking advantage of the fact that it could break panels, and by adding 2 summon black to your folder.
Yes. Yeah, going into the folders now, the summon blacks, there's some like these little minions that do 260 points of damage if you have a hole, and being able to generate holes basically whenever I want is the main reason I put those in there. I feel like it was a really good tech. I really like the damage it does, and a lot of people aren't prepared for that out of Spoutman for some reason.
Mm,
You know, because it's not something you'd expect more water to come out of Spoutman. But you
yeah.
know, this is extra sword damage. It covers Tengu, which is another really
Mm,
crazy match. Yeah, yeah. Tengu going unchecked is ridiculous.
yeah.
I wanted to make sure I was a little prepared for that matchup with something like really spicy.
Okay. And you also have 3 magnums, which are cursor, so they deal double damage to Uvu. So we'll see how
Yes.
that works out.
Also, looking at Uvu's folder, he decided to go with the G for G from Groundman.
Yeah, yeah,
I think that was a big mistake that I missed out on is not playing myself as a nappy chip. Like, well, I don't know why I didn't do that. But Uvu took full advantage of
yeah,
that. I'm Groundman. I'm gonna use my Groundman SP.
yeah.
That's something I should have done. But yeah, G code works really well here because he has that honey one. He
Mm,
has that nice ability to block any incoming damage. Or, for instance, since he's ground man, he has a breaker type.
yeah.
So, like you said, cursor vouchers will do damage. But if they use machine gun while he's in the middle row, he can use Misty Honey and parry all those hits.
Mm,
Meanwhile, putting pressure on with those bees. So it's really interesting to see that he put those in there.
yeah, yeah. And he also has 3 area grabs, 3 wind racks, so you can be sure that he's going to try to go for plus area, and if he's even on minus, so the wind rack can clear that.
Mm-hmm. Now, the most important chip in this folder, I know there's some Giga chip Meteor Knuckle in there, but the most important chip here is that white capsule. Now, this
Mm,
is because Groundman's most powerful attack, if he can set it up properly, which isn't very hard, mind you, is his Wrecker Ball. I forget the name of the battle chip. But basically, he drills into the back row just like his Groundman SP chip, and he drops these rocks. Now, if you attach a white capsule to that, and if the person you're playing against doesn't have super armor, or I mean, excuse me, not super armor. It doesn't have, what is it called?
Stats card?
Status guard.
Yeah.
There you go. If they don't have status guard, they're gonna get paralyzed place, and they're gonna eat every rock that falls from the sky, basically, right? And that does a little over 800 damage, if it's, which is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah.
That's a fatal, like, to show how fatal it is. Proto Man has 1400 HP. You hit him with that, that's more than half his HP gone. Shit.
Yeah.
So you're definitely in for some shenanigans with this one.
Yeah, and so you touched on one thing that I don't think we mentioned, is that each one of these navis has a support gold chip that is unique to them and depends on the navi. It can be really good or can be not as good.
So great, yeah.
Yeah. So the one that you have, I believe it allows you to jump 3 panels ahead, and then you rotate in space, hitting each panel once.
Yeah, you rotate all around once, right? And the move itself flinches, which makes it really and that's one of my least favorite things about it. But if you have ice panels, which is why I decided to run the Aqua Dragon, you can at least freeze them if they're on an ice panel, and then you'll get that follow-up hit, depending on where they're sitting. I was just trying to put as much synergy in the folder as possible. Definitely will make some changes for next time, but at this point in time, I think this was pretty good.
Okay, so are you ready now to start the first game?
Let's get into it now.
Alright. Here we go.
I really liked his username here because it's called Flexigon.
Okay.
I think it was really funny. Ah, right. I was unable to submit any submissions from my point of view, so most of my games are going to be from other people's point of views.
Okay.
That being said,
yeah,
I found it interesting that he regged the aura had 3 there. Why do you think that was a decision that he made?
So I think the passive effect of Groundman, it gives plus 50, or is it, plus 10?
Oh.
I'm not really sure what was the reason on that.
I mean, it could clear objects and stuff like that, I guess,
Yeah.
but it's always interesting thinking about
It's still good damage if you can get.
I get drilled up. Oh man.
Yeah. 1 second. So I think there might be no audio playing now, which there should be, so I'll just quickly fix that.
Oh, it paused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just have to do the audio not playing.
Oh, am I coming off as laggy?
No, I think it should be fine now.
Okay.
Okay,
awesome.
Yeah, sorry for
that. That turn 1 was really, it didn't really go very well for me because I missed the here with these aqua panels on it. Like I said, I was trying to get those freezes, but those holes coming up immediately just as we were speaking about, and I was able to get a nice 260 damage off.
Yeah, so Groundman doesn't have air shoes, so if you can put in the holes in strategic places, then you can use that to avoid the charge shot.
Right, which is what I'm going to be trying to do as much as possible in this matchup, knowing that, right? The only difficulty comes from when my opponent decides to just camp that center, so I need more, like, I need to think about how I line up my line move. The input lag for Magnum online with certain matchups is just really tough sometimes.
Yeah. Magnum is quite hard to time it correctly, so with the inconsistency of playing online, sometimes you can miss shots that you should get.
Yeah. You know, to viewers at home, it looks pretty smooth, But like any game, like even Smash Brothers Online, there's gonna be input lag when you're playing online, especially with other players, you know, from other countries and stuff. Ooh, that serious combo. Ugh, I took all that damage, and I'm about to take this. Oh man, it's not looking good for me at all.
And it looks like Uvu's preparing to use the gold chip, so we'll see if that lands.
There it is. Right, okay. So here's what happened. I'm stuck in an invincibility state because I just got hit. So I'm not taking damage from that first rock. I'm pretty sure he tacked a paralyzed pill onto this thing, so this is pretty scary. Oh, I did take the rig. He didn't put a paralyzed pill on it, so he just used it. Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, there, I got the second one. Now he's trapped in that row and he can't do anything. So I'm just gonna camp in this corner over here and try to bait out so I can get some charge shots of my own.
Yeah. And there is still quite a bit of an HP difference now. Uvu's ahead by 600 HP or so.
Yeah, it's really looking tough for me. At this point I was feeling a lot of pressure and I noticed his trap lineup and I tried to play around it as much as I could, but it's not easy, right? Oh, I get another Summon Black. This shit saved me in so many instances. I love the Summon Black ship. It's awesome, man. It really works pretty well. Right.
Oh, and it looks like the element trap got lost to charge shots while you were in boost.
Right. I was hoping that's what it was, so I was trying to take advantage of my invincibility state and throw out a charge shot, you know, so that way I can stay safe and not take 240 damage from being an element. Another anti-damage comes up, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to proof it.
So Uvu gets you with the machine gun, and because of no super armor again, so he got multiple heads off.
Yeah. You see, once again, he moved backwards, right? And in moving backwards, he was able to create that hole which nullified my charge shot. Which is what I was really like trying to tell people about in the beginning. If you know how to work against Scottman's charge shot, it's kind of irrelevant because it'll just poof.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. But with that +1 area, though. I was really proud of myself in my movement, actually, when I was playing. But, he still ended up clipping me. And he has the answer for my aura here immediately, so it's not even going to be a thing.
And it looks like you're just out of the hit range from Geddon.
Yeah.
So he's just going with buster shots.
Oh, moments before death, my man is just holding on to the meteor knuckle. My life. Yeah, oh no. I don't remember. Okay, I don't remember how this ends exactly. I do get off a meteor knuckle. And unfortunately, because he's not in the corner, I don't get like max damage.
Yeah.
Alright, so we just start pinging each other, because he has that meteor knuckle in his hand, but he can't get rid of my anti-damage.
Yeah.
And now I have the invis. It's looking really slow for him. Only have 100 HP left.
It's getting real close.
Oh man. Okay, so...
Yeah. Also, the antenna with triggered on Judgment. So that's anti-damage.
He made a big mistake right here. Getting hasty and used that meteor knuckle in a state when I'm not even vulnerable to being hit. So I end up getting away with that for free. But I'm locked now, which was something I was thinking about. So I tried to interrupt his charge with my wind rack, but it's looking really slow for me because I can't go anywhere now.
Yeah, and if you don't have any defense, then his next charge shot is confirmed to give him a win.
Yeah, that's a free dub. But I do have the barrier. It's gonna protect me for a little while until at least these panels free up and I can move again. And there's my movement back. Yeah, so I'm free. It's really rough. He didn't use... I'm a little surprised though. He didn't use that the life or the type boost now.
Yeah, it might have been a mistake just didn't react to it in time.
Alright, here we go. Ground Mass SP, but I have the TFC. It's a really close match, 176 to 95. Anti-damage comes up. There goes my bubble star, and I can clear that. Ooh! I still got a little bit of the clip.
He got clipped by bees.
Yes, and he has the recover 300 here. 85 to 126. It goes up to 400 if he uses it soon.
Yeah.
There it is. I throw out the Magnum immediately. I was waiting for that last recover. And now he can't move anywhere and he has no chips. So the only way he wins is if I... Yeah, this is really rough. Oh, but he got that area back and was able to come back up. Clip me. I was trying to trap him. It was too rough.
Yeah, that was really close.
So what adjustments do you think, from my perspective, that I need to make in order to win this game? What do you think I did wrong last match?
I'm not really sure. So you did make quite a few plays. Maybe waiting on the Meteor Knuckles, try to get it in a corner to maximize that damage. That could have made the difference. I think it was really close for both of you, so it could have gone either way.
This match, instead, I'm starting up with, there goes, alright, using those ice panels to get those double hits. It's really necessary if you want to make Scotman work to use ice panels.
Do you know how much damage it does? I'm not really sure.
I think it does 60 per hit, and it scales upwards based on your buster level.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is why Hub Dash is even more amazing.
Yeah.
Elma Man waiting for me.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the freeze, but I'm intangible at the moment, so.
Yeah, slightly missed.
Yes! I was able to step in front of the ground man and take only 130. I was waiting for that.
Yeah, your Navis saves you from the support check.
Yes, I'm not taking that damage if I can help it. I'm a little too aware of what that does. I'm not trying to get destroyed by that. Okay, so Uvu's coming up with the anti-navi tech, right? And anti-navi is really cool because it forced me to like play my navis in a certain order. Because no, you're not used to playing against beat in this format, so this is like a pseudo beat for some players.
Yeah, that's true. And with a lot of the players adding in really powerful navis, it can be quite big to just TFC anti-navi and reverse the outcome.
Now, Uvu's in a bit of a predicament. I really love the barrier tech here, right? It's weird, right? No one usually uses barrier, but when you're TFCing a Magnum, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And of course I miss.
So, I also like the barrier. It acts like a semi-undershirt, because in this format, no one has undershirt. But if you can TFC that barrier in key moments, then it could save you and give you that opportunity to win that game.
Now, Uvu's in a really tough spot here because he doesn't seem to have a way to deal with my barrier. And I'm gonna take as much advantage of that as I possibly can. I don't want to get clipped.
Yeah. But you also don't know that he doesn't, so you're just trying to play your best before he gets to move your life around.
Right there, I assumed he had the anti-navi because every time I was hitting him, he wasn't taking, like, it wasn't activated. So I already knew he had anti-navi, so I wanted to step away from him and make it an invalid navi, so I gave him Judgment.
Yeah.
Also, the setups are open, right, in this format, for these tweakies, just so you can get used to playing, right? So I knew that he doesn't have a lot of area, so I can give up Judgment easier and not really care about it.
Okay, yeah. So this is another layer of depth that having open format allows you, so you can look at your opponent, plan your turns based on that. It looks like Uvu finally got the wind drive, so you can remove the life order.
Yep. he plays 3 of them, so it's a little weird that he actually didn't start off with one.
Okay, gets you the double judgment. The game's the early back.
And now I'm in for a world of hurt because of these drills that you can't stop. So I just had to focus on interrupting his charges.
Yeah. But he also has super armor, so...
Yeah. Which is why I was trying to use the bubble star, or things like wind rack to interrupt his charges, things like grab vanish to interrupt charges.
Yeah.
So you have to play around the super armor. Unfortunately for navis like Tomahawk Moon, there is no playing around it because he has status guard.
Yeah.
So it's really wind rack focused and basically grab vanish focused to interrupt his charges. But
yeah, so there is this thing called drag effect, and that goes through even super armor and stats card. So even Tomahawk can be interrupted by that. Oh, and it looks like he used the barrier 200 in the last moment.
oh, my movement there was so crisp, man. Yeah, I'm not even gonna flex. I was able to dodge all that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
At this point in time, I was feeling very confident. Not even gonna lie to you. I don't know how. I don't remember how it ended, but I was feeling really good. 132 HP to my 660. You know, I felt like nothing could go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you're still 1 game down, so even if you win this one, you need to go 1 more.
Yeah. And I was really hoping to lock this game up. I don't know why I stepped back forward into that. That was really bad.
Yeah, so the groundman can be quite tricky. Sometimes you end up poking into it thinking that the chop goes away, or it's not as quick.
Okay. We're going for the Invis here. I decided not to waste it, but I probably should have took it anyway because, you know, I wanted to lock him down.
Yeah, so you could have broken the panels and do extra attacks.
There goes the light capsule. And
Yeah.
he's pretty much down on chips here. So it all comes down to this meteor knuckle, basically.
Yeah, and you still have anti-damage, so you just use that first.
Yep, there it is. Yes, my meteor knuckle comes through. Didn't know he leaves him with 32, but I get hit max damage. I was in the corner, he wasn't. It was very rough game, dude.
Yeah, that was really close.
Yeah, not having undershirt really hurts. Like, if I had undershirt there, I would have survived with the 1 HP.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, that's how it is sometimes.
Oh, man. It was a very close game. Oh. I was upset with myself because it's like, oh, man, I could have won. But, you know, it happens, man.
Yeah.
You take those L's into the chest and just keep playing.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about learning. So the next time you join in the next cycle, you know what to improve on, so you can hopefully win next time. Okay, so now if we go into the setups for the next matchup, which is Antonia vs Sleep Claws. So,
Alright.
as per usual, we have to start with the art. That's the main thing now.
Now, the interesting thing here about this art from Antonia is it has words on it.
Yeah.
And, okay, the Protoman art with the Muramasa, that is so clutch. It's actually a shout out to a panel in the manga, or actually a few things in the manga, because Protoman adopts a Muramasa blade sword style in the manga. And I'm not sure if this quote comes from the manga, but it definitely fits with the nothing personnel look that Protoman had.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I didn't know that was from the manga, so that's really nice.
Yeah, in the manga, it was actually really cool because Protoman was seen as more of the he had his own style changes because every Navi had style changes in the not the in the manga. So his style change was mastering the Muramasa,
Mm.
which is usually seen as a Shadow Man thing, but it worked perfectly for a Proto Man story.
Okay. So now, if we briefly talk about Sleep Clothes drawing, so it, to me, when I first looked at it, it looked like abstract art. So it was just, it felt like it had a meaning behind it. Um,
what what's really getting me is that Tengu Man looks really annoyed, right? But there's
yeah,
also that purple box. I don't know if it's just a mean person. Like it's the greatest. It's so perfect.
yeah, it's really good. Yeah, both of the drawings are really good.
For sure, dude.
Okay, so if we look at the matchup now, so it's a very interesting matchup because Tenguman takes 2x damage from sword attacks, and the charge shot
Yes.
for Protoman is sword element.
A
So
sword. Yes.
it's potentially a very bad matchup for Sleep Claws.
So that also doesn't factor in the Muramasa there, right? So a max damage Muramasa can be chip charged by Proto
Mm,
Man to do double damage. So that's 1,000 damage.
yeah,
Then because he's hitting Tengu with it, that's an extra amount of damage. So I believe it scales to 2,000, or does it scale to 1,500?
I think it's 2000 because
Right.
it's 2x, but I'm not actually sure.
It is 2 times, right? So yeah, okay. So you do 2,000 damage just for having one Muramasa. If you can confirm that, that's literally the game, and that's not terribly hard with access to things like Erase, right? Erase Man and Star Code. Or Delta Ray. Oh my gosh, if he gets
Yeah,
caught up with Delta Ray Edge, that's game, dude. Like, what do
yeah,
you. What is this?
yeah, exactly. So it's potential really bad matchup for Sleep Claws, but let's see what Sleep Claws has in his folder that could maybe give him a win.
I
So,
want to make a shout out real quick because he has this Fire Hit 3 in there, right? And
mm,
these boomers. He's playing B code, of course you gotta have it.
yeah,
But the reason why I'm shouting out to it is because a lot of people played a lot of Fire in their folder, expecting to see someone using Tomahawk, right?
mm,
Tomahawk Man's Link Navi is the best Link Navi, hands down. Like, he has status guard, he has super armor, he has healing on grass, he has chip charging grass element chips, he has a charge shot that does 200 damage, is a wood element, and is also sword element.
yeah,
Like, that Navi is. Oh, and his Navi chip, it's a line nuke.
yeah.
It's so good. It doesn't. He has just so much going in this format that I feel like that's probably why people didn't even choose him, because it's like, oh man, Tomahawk Man. Yeah, we know he's good. Why?
Yeah, so we ended up not having a single Tomahawk in this cycle, but who knows, for next cycle we might see things different.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Yeah, so a lot of the choices you see, people were trying to account for Tomahawk, but then since it didn't work out, we'll see how they try to adjust their play to try to get the maximum use of that. Because High Boomer into Blastman SP, that is still over 500 damage.
Yes,
So
for
that's
sure. It's a lot of damage.
so yeah.
All right. Also, looking back over at Antonia's folder, and I feel like every Proto Man folder did this, and that's maxing out on those area grabs.
Mm,
They want their area. And whoa, 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 hold on a second. Long blade? Wide blade? Is he
yeah.
playing sword too? Wait, hold on. No, he's not playing sword. Okay, I thought he was playing life sword. I was about to be like, shout outs to the life sword. Hold up. Oh man.
I
But he's
mean,
playing step sword though.
yeah, there is episode, but don't forget that with Protoman's ability to charge any sword chip to make it 2x, then even the long blade and wide blade could be potentially 300, 400 damage each.
Right.
And against
Right.
Sleep Claws, that's timed by 2, so that's 800. That's literally half the HP gone in one hit.
One singular hate. Ugh, it's really looking tough for Tengu right here.
Yeah,
But shoutouts to, to Sleep Claws, because Wings has been one of the best players that I've ever faced on this Discord channel. So I'm expecting a lot of good things from him, no matter all he said. And you know, Antonia's he's a cool player. He plays very every so often. So I expect him to do super well, but SoulXCross is no slouch by any means. So this can still be a very tough matchup for him.
Yeah, exactly. And SoulXCross has the Sensor 3 tech, so we might be able to see that in this match.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting. Right.
Alright, without further ado, let's hop into it, right?
Let's go into the match.
Alright, going right into triple practice as per usual.
Yeah.
Does playing triple the real thing, not practice, does that mess with netcode? Do you know? I don't know if that does.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think it's just because practice is easier to go into. Yeah, no idea.
Okay, that makes sense. Alright. Starting things off, we have those double long blades in here. I'm not sure how much I like this. Chip charged, it does 300 damage. So it is solid damage, but longsword range isn't very reliable, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, so I agree with that. I think maybe 3 long blade and 2 wide blade might be too much, but I guess we'll see how well Antonia is able to utilize them.
Alright, starting off, just popping off that Invis off the bat. Not sure why. Oh, but he gets the step cross.
Yeah. So that's the gold chip that Protoman has. It's basically a step sword that you can't charge.
Whoa. That combo, he just confirmed the boomer into the fire hit so quickly. It was ridiculous how fast that was.
And it looks like Protoman's already down 500 HP, so...
Off of a 2-chip combo. Like, come on, this is ridiculous. But he has another step sword. Are we gonna see a charge? No, not enough time. He's gonna get Judgment smacked in the face.
Oh, and the miss with step sword. Probably because of mashing, because when you get paralyzed in BN6, if you mash, you can reduce the time by 1 frame each input. But then by doing that, you sometimes can accidentally use chips when you don't really mean to. And then we see the fire hit on grass combo again.
There it is. A lot of damage, a lot of pressure. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah. But we must also remember that one Muramasa 2X or Delta Ray could reverse the game completely.
Completely. And looking right at his hand, this could be the time it comes up. Now, SoulXCross, he's definitely gonna know this is gonna happen, right? He's playing around this. He does not want that to happen, and there goes the anti-damage. It's gonna be even harder. Oh, and the flash bomb? Yeah. That's it. Very quick delete.
So now we went straight into game 2. We'll see if Antonia is able to do something else that might give them a game.
Now, I have a question for you. What kind of adjustments need to be made in this game? I don't think Antonia made any errors in play. But I feel like there's a little imbalance in the chip flow, right?
Yeah. So that game was really short, so you can't really say what the mistakes were. There were a few small things, maybe using Invis too early at the beginning, woofing on the step sword, but even then, these are relatively small things.
Okay, here it comes.
Oh,
You got the charge shot? Oh man, I left. You see, SoulXCross was waiting for that opportunity to use the machine gun charge shot. He knew he was gonna swing and miss. Baited it out by hiding in that middle row, waiting for that step forward.
Yeah.
And get the punish for that. With punishes exist in this game too. There goes, and it's gonna push him backwards. What is he trying to? Oh, he's trying to confirm these boomers.
Oh, but then
the fire hit.
Yeah.
This is max damage. Oh, yo, that's so much damage. I'm sorry, Tangy. Oh my gosh. Oh man, you see, this is why it's like really scary. The first game, yeah, went fast in favor of Sleep Claws, but anything Proto Man does, a chip charged long blade does 300 damage times 2 to 600. That's off of
Yeah.
one chip. So any confirms on this, it's literally game over for Sleep Claws. So how one-sided is it really? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. It could very well swing either way very quickly.
Hmm. Okay, so we're taking a lot of thought into customizing screen right now. I think Sleeve Claws is a little scared. Oh, the fire hit. Judgment's gonna come out. Oh, the Colonel. Oh, girl, that's gonna hurt. Oh my gosh. Once again, his HP is dropping. But Judgment is gonna confirm here. And what combo does he have to follow up? Nothing. Oh,
Ooh, the Blastman Whip, that would have been 500 damage.
an area grab coming out from Antonia. Erase Man. Is there a follow-up to this? I'll be surprised if there is. Yes, it's Proto Man. It's just like that, game's so easily tied up. All these blades in the hand. I don't know what he's. Anti-navi into Invis is a good play though.
Oh, but he also has Proto Man, which doesn't look. Maybe he's not taking with him. Because Proto Man is 400 and. Or is it 520 damage, I think?
Yeah.
Proto Man alone could make a big difference in this match.
I don't know why he's not bringing it. You know, I would honestly lead with the anti-navi myself to bait out. I don't know, but he already used Erase. He already used. Sleep Class already used Erase and Judgment, right? So what navis does he have left?
He already used Proto Man and Blastman as well, so it might be just Elements Man left.
Sensor. Oh, that's so good. You better run up there and cut it. Oh, now he's locked in this area, but he has charge. He has a charge shot. He's trying to mag. Why? What is happening? Oh. So for those who don't know what sensor slide is, it's when you have a sensor, it does the beam and they get hit. But if you push them with an effect like wind rapids, or even I don't know, air shot, they go backwards in the panel and take another set of damage from the sensor. Then Tengu has this ability: if you press the beam back button, it drags you forward. So pushing and then dragging you constantly through the sensor makes you take multiple hits from it.
Yeah.
That is basically what he tried to set up with Mag Coil. Oh, that would have been sick.
So I think what happens that Antonia was still in Invis when the Mag Coil was used. So I think it wasn't the Mag Coil. I think it was a misstep that Antonia moved into the sensor.
Probably nerves, maybe input lag, or not aware of like what's happening exactly. But it's most likely like he was really anxious to do it, so he mashed it out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're locked in space and sensor lasts a very long time, it's way longer than expected. You want to move as soon as you can to use your chips, and then sometimes you just walk into attacks.
And Mag Coil doesn't have infinite range, right? So if you're three spaces behind 3 spaces, like 4 spaces or 5 spaces, depending on the area grabs, you can avoid the Mag Coil. But Sleep Clouds took advantage of the fact that Antonia's playing Proto Man, so you want to camp forward as much as possible to try and get these hits. He wants the charge shot to get rid of the sensor. So taking advantage of that, he waited for Antonia to come forward so he could set up that Mag Coil. It's so good. That was really smart.
Yeah, that was really good use of sensor.
Oh man, now I just want to see sensors like.
Yeah, I mean, Sleep Close does have more matches in the lineup, so we might see more sensor being used.
Ooh, I'm hyped.
Okay, so for the next setups is Uvu Vs Antonia.
Antonia again, nice.
Yeah.
Get a follow-up match.
So we've just seen, but we've seen both players play. So we have a look into the ideas behind their folders. We know how they want to play.
Right.
But then what's going to make a big difference is how well the matchup works between Groundman and Protoman.
So Groundman is really cool in the fact that he invalidates Proto Man's shield, and that's gonna come a big amount. Like his charge shot drill will break through his shield. The RC breaker, the special chip that he has, can break through that.
Yeah.
Shoot, even though Regged Aura Head 3 is gonna break through his shield, so Proto Man's not gonna be able to hide a lot behind his shield a lot in this matchup. It's gonna be taking a few hits.
Yeah, and they both want to be plus on area because that's the best way for them to confirm their charge shot. So it's going to be a battle of who can get the most area.
And who can control it better. I mean, I feel like a lot of matchups boil down to area control. It's like the biggest aspect of the game.
Yeah, I mean, limiting where your opponent can move and forcing them to get hit by your attacks is really big, yeah.
I have to say, I think area control is even more important for Proto Man because he wants to dance around those drills as much as possible. And he doesn't want to get clip outs like in my match.
Yeah.
With Uvu.
Yeah, definitely. And for Protoman to confirm his charge shots, he needs to be max on area, while Groundman only needs neutral area or plus.
And then once again, I know we already talked. These are so good. Like,
yeah.
I love the vibe I'm getting from Antonia's art. It's like it's so good.
Yeah.
While you were busy with net battles, I studied the blade.
And as we saw, that's even represented in the folder filled with blades.
Exactly. I just want to see Delta Ray Edge get hit like for next damage.
Yeah. Well, who knows? We might see it this game because the best place to confirm Uvu's charge shot is to be in the middle, which allows for the 3 hits from Delta Ray.
Oh, and that's exactly where Groundman wants to be, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, Uvu's on camp. Those defenses are so hard.
Yeah.
Yo, I would camp it so hard, dude. Alright, let's hop into the matches, shall we?
Go right into it.
Okay. Players are starting to set up now.
Yeah.
Oh, hold up! Yo, this is my first time seeing the layout. Whoa! Layout's so good! Wait, hold on.
You didn't get to see the layout. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yo, is that base holding the little boiler? Oh man, I love it. Oh my gosh, I love this. Oh, look at Tomahawk Man on the side there. He's just so sad. No one played him this week, so he's just there sitting.
Yeah, so Solid worked really hard on making this layout, and that drawing of Tomahawk, that was hers as well, and it's really good.
Yo, shoutouts to Solid for this layout. Yo, wait! The pictures that they drew are there too! Oh my gosh, yo, this is professional! Wow! Yo, Solid really went in!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and then we get the Proto Man in the top left. Oh, this is so good. Alright, it seems like the other player has joined up now.
The game.
How do you pronounce his name? Is it Sarn?
Sarnwalk? Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe there's Okay, so it looks like we started with permaholes on the sides.
Permaholes are never things for Proto Man, especially not being able to take it as much area as he wants.
Yeah.
But the reverse can be said for our other players here. So Groundman does have the drills that stretch out further, so it's actually still a good thing up. Judgment's gonna come out, it's gonna trigger that anti-damage.
Yeah. And it looks like Uvu now knows that this isn't anti-damage because he hit with the aura head.
Right.
Let's see.
Oh, tried to step in front of it, but he moves all around. That was really good.
Avoiding all of the hits.
Unfortunately, he walked into ground man there. You know, that could be a strat. How much damage do you take for walking into ground man?
Yeah, so you take 10 damage, so that is one of the ways you can avoid the groundman hit. Is you just walk into groundman and it gives you short invis, so you overall take maybe 30 or 40 damage max.
Wow, that's a huge oversight.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And once again, we see that the Pokemon player, he was able to step out of range from not only the charge shot, but he was able to use that max damage slash move. It worked out perfectly in his favor.
Yeah.
Ooh, man, it's a little clunky right now. No way to set up that fanfare. Just a couple of mega chips.
Yeah, so it might be take a few of the chips just to try to go through the folder and see what he has next.
Trying to refresh that hand a little bit. Personally speaking, right? Who do you think is really in favor for this matchup? As an opinion.
Yeah, so I think Grandman has a pretty good matchup against Protoman. Because of shield not working, as you mentioned, because of no super armor. So I do think it's, and the higher HP of course, so I do think it's in favor of Grandman, but then we'll see if Antonia is able to get the matchup into their favor.
Antonia going for the double bar sword there, not working out in his favor because it does cause flashing, and when the enemy is flashing after a hit, that means they're intangible for a few minutes, or a few seconds, not minutes, well.
Yeah.
And then the follow-up's not going to connect. But as we predicted, the battle for area is very real. They're just trying to keep pushing advantage.
Ooh, looks like you'll get in with the Colonel, so that's 300 damage. And now Antonia is ahead on HP by 10.
Yeah, that's a big lead. I mean, 10 HP is 10 HP, but...
I mean, he started lower on HP by 500 less HP, so...
But these charge shots... Oh, double hero?
Double Proto Man!
Oh man, let's go! That is so hype! Yo, what? That is so hype! Yo, I never seen that. Yo, that's so cool!
I guess that explains the white blade.
Yo, I kind of wish that they both just had swords. That would have been perfect, yo. Oh my gosh. Wow, that was such a treat. That's why he has those blades in here. He's not going for life sword, he was going for the bow. How could I have been so blind? Oh man, that was kind of cool. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. And he also has the Delta Ray, so for the full-on Protoman package.
Yo, he said maximum. Man. You see, okay, so in the lore, we just summed that up as Protoman was moving so fast, attacking with his sword, that he made an after him into himself, yeah. Okay, so, you know what I want to see?
Yeah.
I want to see if using Delta Ray Edge, if he'll blink out and reappear, or if he'll just activate Delta Ray Edge straight away.
I'm not sure.
I don't know either. That's gonna be a hype. Oh, hey, you know, I never noticed that Groundman's face is on the middle draw. The Delta! Oh, he does blink out.
Yeah, and the attack misses because the Protoman has to teleport to one place at a time. So it does first, then second, then third, but it couldn't do the first one, so it didn't even remove the anti-damage.
A lot of people sleep on Delta Ray Edge. It does really good damage, it's 290 per slash, but at the end of the day, if you're not getting maximum value on it, it's at least... Oh! Erase Man's gonna get countered!
And now this allows him to confirmed the Groundman SP as well.
Yeah, no TFC. He's gonna take all that damage. Oh, he's locked in. That's it. Yeah, he's really locked in. He can't do anything. Yeah, that charge shots were really strong.
Okay, on to game 2 now. That was long game 1. A lot has happened there.
Yeah, that was a long game one. Link navis are generally shorter games. You don't see them usually stretch on to these, like, 20 minutes or 25 minutes, like usual or typical dominant 6 minutes. Ooh, confirms judgment. That was kind of crazy that he just did that there like that. Because, whoa. And he honestly said, Varsword. Not Varsword,
Step sword, yeah. I think that was a bit too early because for anti-damage to activate, you need to go out of the animation you're in, and Groundman was still in the charge shot animation, so that's why he was protected from the step sword.
Going back to that judgment, I said it was a little risky because he was in range of it himself, and the opponent, that could have been an anti-damage. So he could have just straight up taken that judgment. Here we go, max area with a life aura. Yeah, he's gonna take all these charge shots until the time runs out.
And the Protoman charge shot is really fast, but also causes flashing, so you can't keep spamming it. You have to wait for the flashing to run out, then you can hit another one.
Right. Hey, at least we see the judgment and the winning mechanism outside over here with Uvu.
Yeah.
Uvu keeps taking the RC breaker without the power. Oh, he took the judgment.
Ooh.
That's really big. Oh, nice. Walking into him? No, he's just gonna stay there. Not charging. That's a waste of time. He should have been charging. Oh, he was charging. Yikes, dude.
Yeah.
Longblade finally coming into play. Outside of double hero.
Did that white blade hit? I don't remember seeing flashing.
No, he didn't get hit. He dodged. Okay, there goes the Nimbus. Oh, wow, that's really good. Oh! He should have just waited!
Yeah, so with Eraseman and the Eraseman SP, if you wait for them to time out, they'll always hit the second panel they target. So in that position, that would have been confirmed hit if you wait for it.
Oh, this is gonna be small. Oh no, he used it way too prematurely. Ah, this is max damage.
Yeah, that's max area slash.
Only something. No, see too much here. Oh, all the layers came back. Oh, immediately runs for that shot. That was so smooth. I'm not even gonna flex. He charged forward. Alright, turn 6. And this is gonna just use it right off the bat. I feel like using Invis so fast like that is so risky, but he didn't try to get. Oh! That's it! Oh, he got the damage with the double proto! Oh my god. We have Fanfare here in play. He could place it down and just. Why did he place it so close out?
Yeah, so you should have placed it a bit back to protect it from the charge shots.
That Blast Man though. On grass panel's gonna do double damage for 240. Wow, this is. That's like game in his hand, dude.
Yeah, or he could have recovery if he wants to play it safe.
There you go, the option not to take that.
Ooh.
Delta Ray! Yo! He did it, bro!
Delta Ray finish the Protoman.
Oh my gosh! And he finished on a dab. I'm hurt. And now we're into game 3 with the Delta Ray finish. My man used the double hero, the Delta Ray. I'm loving this right now. Yeah, this is too strong, yo. All the Proto Man. You see, Protoman is slept on because of his low HP too, but he does so much damage. And he has the reflector on top of that. Like, he's just so good. I really like it. Oh, Judgment's gonna come out. The area grab to the entire tasting area.
Super, let's see if he can avoid this. Yeah, so
Yeah, easily.
he could just step into it just in case he gets hit by the lava panels and flinched, and then gets hit by the special chip.
The rock, yeah.
Yeah.
And everything will come out again. Area grab, trying to press on that area. I should have waited to save that last area grab.
Ooh, those long tier
Ooh.
CJs.
Yeah, that was a negative chain right there. He wasted the Erase Man and Flash Man. And now his charge shot's like not in range. It's looking really slim for him. Breaking areas. I'm surprised that he didn't go for the grass panel. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
The reason is because he broke up that black row, so now his charge are confirmed, and he can be safe with the lava flows there.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty smart. And he's gonna take that area. This means this machine gun is gonna just take his soul away. Ah, okay. He stays. Oh! That was almost hype! If you only he had the IQ step forward, bro. Wow. Oh, Meteor Knuckle.
Ooh, this Meteor Knuckle could be the end. Let's see if Antonia has any defense. Ah.
Meteor Knuckle is gonna get max hits? It does. That's GG.
Yeah, GG.
Very cool set. It was actually pretty fun. We got to see a lot of Proto Man.
Yeah. It was a really fun game. Well played to both players.
Absolutely.
Okay,
You know, Grandman's really fun to pilot too. I really like his drill.
I don't think I've tried Grandman yet, so maybe that's what I'll go for next cycle. We'll see, I guess.
I've only played Proto Man myself, and I've played Aquaman, or Spoutman for the American.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are the only navies I've played.
Okay, so now let's go into the second match, which is Shadow vs Sleep Claws.
Ah, Shadow. Another very good player, yeah. I personally played with Shadow a few times, and every time I do, it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
But Sleep Claws, I feel like they matched up pretty well. Now, this is going to be really scary for Sleep Claws because we're getting a Proto Man player that's experienced, you know, with the game.
Yeah.
But
Although I believe this is the first time Shadow plays Link Navis, so that will be an interesting to see how he decides to play.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let's talk about the art real quick, because I think this is new for us. Yeah. We have the Proto Man here with the cool smile and that nothing personal look. But he's also flashing his signs. You know, you got the up, B, down, up for the Neo variable sword.
Yeah, I think that's the double life sword variable sword.
You know, it's actually kind of tech. Maybe he put that there so he can remind himself just by looking at the just like looking at the picture. That's right. It's up first, not down.
Yeah, I mean, and especially with lag, you can sometimes lose out on your inputs. So we'll see if Shadow is able to get in the double life sword.
The double life sword is going to be incredibly powerful if it hits, but if it doesn't, that's a lot of time that you're just sitting there idle, which means we can get a follow up maybe from a high boomer fire hit 3 play or a sensor slide setup. It could be very dangerous.
Yeah, exactly.
And again, oh yeah, sure, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that, as you mentioned, the Neovar gives you a bit of delay between the chip activating and the attack hitting to give you time for the input. but that also gives time to your opponent to use a chip on you and interrupt your charge.
Hmm. It's very vulnerable if not used carefully.
Yeah.
And your opponent's always going to suspect something, right? Because you're sitting there not charging, right? That's the
Mm,
biggest tell, and that's a tell I didn't even realize for like standard play either a long
yeah.
time ago was that if your opponent's sitting idle and not charging, that means they can be chip charging something. So if
Yeah.
you see like a Tomahawk Cross, or if you're playing Link Navies and you're playing against Spoutman, and you see that they're not charging for their awesome
Mm,
charge shot,
yeah.
that means something's coming.
Yeah. Exactly. So another thing to notice in Shadow's builds that he has 3 Moonblade,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't something you see all that often.
Mm-hmm.
I think Moonblade has unique range. As far as I'm aware, it's the only sword chip that hits in that range. So
Yes.
it hits in a circle around the player, um,
Yes.
which can make it pretty good because sometimes when you're plus on area, your opponent can try to step back to hide from your attacks. Um, and so you can't then hit with your charge shot, but then with Moonblade, because they'd be next to you, you can hit with the circle.
What's even more interesting here is that we have the fanfare panel grab tagged here.
Mm,
So if he gets one of those 5 areas secured, laid down, and then follows up with that panel grab into the fanfare, that's a guaranteed back row object.
yeah,
And that's really hard for some players to deal with, especially if you don't have a battleship like Tengu Man, or maybe a battleship like Blast Man
yeah,
that can hit that back row.
yeah.
Can be a lot of pressure. And of course, you have new variables.
Mm,
There's no way. Oh, and the Navi SP parade. He brought
yeah,
everyone to the fight. We got Navi Avengers over here. He brought the whole squad.
yeah. Interestingly, though, he doesn't have Judgman.
Very, actually. I actually didn't notice that. Wow. No
Yeah.
judgment. What do you think about that?
So it is an interesting decision because he does have 5 area grabs, 1 panel grab. So he's always going to be able to use plus area. Um, but I'm not sure. So I guess we'll see because in a mirror match that could be very rough on him because he's going to be pushed back. He can't when he uses area grab, then the opponent's judge man will allow them to take the area back and then use their own area grabs.
Yeah,
Um,
that might actually come back to haunt him. Furthermore, he doesn't even have any grab bands. No grab revenge either.
mm,
So there's definitely not going to be a way to get back that area. So if your opponent's in your face, camping you in your -1 or 2 area columns of area, then it's like you can't use your area grab to them,
yeah,
right? Because they can just camp that center. They're not going to move, even if it is an area grab that you use against. So
yeah, exactly.
oh, this happens in this match.
All right, let's go right in.
Static is static.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, you can't use static in late game.
Yeah,
Well, you can use it, but you don't get the plus area advantage from it, so it's totally different.
it's just a tornado in a
Yeah,
different code,
yeah.
which isn't bad actually.
I guess it doesn't get the advantage from elemental panels, the 2x from elemental panels,
Oh, sure.
so that makes the razor slightly better.
Alright, starting off that inch damage, chaining his damage to that invis turn 1, starting off these defenses. And there goes the area already.
Ooh, that was close.
That was so close. Fan Tornado's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm
Is
not
he
sure
getting...
how it actually works.
Did you just see that? Okay, so his shadow tried to step under the flash bomb, but as he was about to get there, he got pulled forward. That's crazy. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Why didn't he slide all the way forward? That like kind of kills momentum.
Yeah, I'm not sure. signature weapon there.
We have a quick chip selection for
So Shadow's going to try to get the block on the flash bomb. Let's see if he gets it.
and there's the move blade for the double hit. And he steps on the hold panel to take that fire hit too, so he's not gonna take all that damage. And avoiding the machine gun. This movement is crisp. Okay, Shadow.
Yeah, that's really nice. And now ending with anti-damage up. So it looks like Shadow has the area grab, so he could decide to go for the double area grab play to gain charge shots.
And he also has me in his hands to support that Spellman. And get some good damage off of that, especially since he's in the moon.
Yeah. Or he could go for the Muramasa and try to get the win right there. Guess we'll see what he decides to go for.
He's gonna take the Muramasa and the Moonblade.
But interesting, he only took one area grab. I wonder why he decided just one.
Oh, I should have waited before using that adjustment, that area grab there. Another Muramasa. He's gonna have to charge shot it out, which is really tough because he's not gonna be there. He's gonna have to beat this Muramasa. No! It's over. It's over. Oh, he messed it up!
So close!
He messed it up! It's Trees! Shadow's taking that recovery immediately. There was no hesitation in that. He saw the recovery, he was like, yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's out, yo. When you're a few seconds away from death, yo. Oh, yo. Oh my gosh. What a rare drop from SoulXCross.
Yeah, it does really good, does really.
He even dropped the sensor on the woolly pin so he could take the top that damage. The block! Yo, dude, that's a clutch! I think I'm good. He's gonna take this whole. Oh, he blocked both! Yo!
Oh,
that was amazing! Oh, Shadow's a legend, I told you so. Yo, that reflex, yo. I think Shadow's real name is Chad Blaze.
Yeah.
He clearly knows how to operate this man. Wow, I actually really liked how he used the mechanic.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
He ended up stepping onto the going whip, and that sent him backwards. So it's like basically he got movement even with parallel. That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a really good play.
Turn one, the last man's gonna come out and do some damage to these grass fans.
Yeah, and it will also clear the grass bounce, so SoulXCross won't be able to get the same advantage there.
Exactly, especially with all those fire hits in his folder. He's probably gonna get ready to mash it out. Oh man, he got the first frame, so it didn't end up being a TFC.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate when it happens. It's like almost frame perfect. So is it 2 frame windows? Oh wow!
Oh, he tried to wait it out, and he gets the full single from this. What? Yo, that was crazy.
Yeah. So one thing with Link Navi is that although you might think like crosses they don't get full synchro, they actually do. So if you can get a counter, then that could be really big. And the reflect tech, I think this is the first time I see reflect being used in quite a while. So
every time I see reflector used, I feel like people aren't ready for how long it lasts. It doesn't last as long as a typical reflect, right? It's a little bit longer.
yeah.
So it's like, and they end up getting caught off guard by that. It's hilarious every time. I really like the use of fan here. Oh, but he gets destroyed. He gets clipped by the high boom. 650 HP. It's really low.
Yeah. But then again, Protoman always still has that comeback potential that's always still there in the back of your mind as a player.
Unfortunately, it doesn't come in the form of Guts of the Edge. Wait, hold on. Did his charge shot just paralyzed?
Yeah, so that's the thing with the Tingle Charger. If you hit on the tip, then you paralyze your opponent.
Specifically on the tip of the charge shot.
Yeah, so it's on the third panel from the charge shot.
That's interesting.
Yeah. I wonder why they decided to do that. Well, that's how it is, I guess.
Yeah, I do wonder. That's awkward. Like, okay, that's random. I'll take it, but it's like, I don't know why it's there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and it looks like Shadow's going for the double life sword. Let's see if he gets it.
He's able to time the parry successfully with that reflector. Here it comes. Double life sword is gonna happen. Face anomaly. That's not gonna be enough kill, right?
Yeah,
1, 2,
but it's
3,
going to
4.
interrupt his charge.
And the oh, you can't stop that. Yeah, this is rough. Yeah, if this survive another entire turn, it makes more sense to take the recover at this point.
Yeah, it's interesting. I guess he took the Sparkman to try to remove the anti-damage, so maybe he can go for the more massa next turn.
But how do you survive the whole turn?
Yeah, that's the issue.
Alright, Eraseman's coming out. We're gonna wait it out so we get that guaranteed hit. What's the follow-up? Fan Tornado.
Yeah, that's game.
Well, there you have it, folks. Looks like Sword doesn't beat Wind every time.
Yeah, so this is the second game that SoulXCross managed to get against Protoman.
And that's supposed to be his bad matchup.
Yeah.
See, there's a lot that goes into this game, man. People think it's black and white. Oh, you know, I'm gonna have Sword and I'm gonna win. Nah.
Yeah.
You gotta hit me with that sword, cuz. Oh man.
Yeah. Okay, so going into our next lineup is Uvu Vs Shadow. And so yeah, we've seen both of these players play. We've seen 2 games from Uvu and 1 from Shadow. So we have rough idea, and we've already seen the matchup before as well between Uvu and Antonia. So I guess this game we're going to see if the differences what Shadow has is able to give him a bigger advantage over Uvu, and how the matchup is going to be based on the chips they have.
It's interesting to point out too that yes, Shadow's an amazing player, but again, this is his first time playing. Is he ready to deal with the atrocity that is White Pill RC Breaker? Does he know what that does?
Yeah.
He's probably seen it before in passing somewhere. It's like, oh, that's cool combo. But you know,
Yeah.
he probably writes it off as something neat. But you know, it's the real thing. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
See how he can matches up.
Yeah, so it will be interesting seeing how Shadow tries to adjust against his Groundman matchup against Uvu. Alright, we can hop right into that.
Do it. Right into it, just like I like.
Okay. So it looks like the panel starts with the 3 cracked at the back. So that's going to limit how much, especially for Protoman, for Shadow, because he won't be able to move back as freely to try to avoid the charge shot from Uvu.
Damage coming out turn 1, but the Spellman SP gonna do some quick work.
Yeah.
That HP. There's the area grab. Oh, area grab of his own coming out, but it's not gonna take that anti-damage though.
Yeah. Oh, and he hits with the aura head, nice.
The footsies with the charge shots here is hilarious. Oh, whoa! This is
Oh
he
wow.
can guard the charge shot.
So this is really interesting. What I think happened there is that his shield animation extended for anti-damage. So because of the animation, anti-damage doesn't trigger until that ends. So that protected him through the whole attack.
Oh, hold on. So you're saying he reflected only because of the anti-damage?
Yeah, so if it wasn't for anti-damage, his reflect would have been broken, but anti-damage doesn't trigger until your animation ends. I'm pretty sure that's what happened there.
Two area grabs coming out from. Oh, this is really close. There's the RC breaker. Oh, he dodges it. Yeah, that's free.
Okay, nice.
Yo, what is this move? It's too slow.
Yeah. I guess as long as your opponent doesn't make you paralyzed to try to confirm it, it can be easy to avoid.
That's
Yeah, so not on the shirt, and that's game 1 over already.
really quick match. Okay, so what adjustments do you think needs to be made by Shadow here?
By Shadow, yeah, I think it is rough. The matchup is better for Groundman, and especially with the area now because it has permahold, so he can't try to use his area advantage to avoid the charge shot. So I guess we'll need to see what Shadow does. He needs to capitalize on that higher damage output that he can do from his chips.
You know what? I gotta give it to I gotta give it to Uvu here. He clapped every single person he's played against with at or ad. Like, immediately every time. That's hilarious.
Yeah, and in theory, Aura Head should be hard to hit because it just hits in a straight line. And if your opponent just keeps moving, they can avoid it. But it looks like Uvu's doing really well with hitting it.
Ooh. Barry's gonna come out. Gonna be able to get a couple of hits from these P shots. Shadow's not phased by that at all. Oh, but yo, the lack of having this win rack every time.
Yeah.
It seems like it's possible to walk out of Chargeman's charge shot.
Yeah, so I think there is a small window where you can get hit once instead of the 3 times. Well, I don't think we've seen it utilized all that much. Ooh! Got the counter hit.
No! Why did he just do that? He should have waited. It doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah.
Meteor Knuckles inbound.
So it looks like we were starting to turn invulnerable. Okay, so that ends
Nope.
quickly.
Yeah, it's GG. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my
Super long TFC game. Last game.
Very quick match. Oh.
Yeah.
Groundman just really putting on that pressure, huh? Drills aren't.
Yeah, so Groundman, if you can hit all your charge shots, can be really oppressive against the opponent, as we saw there.
Especially when they don't have super armor.
Yeah, exactly. So they can't even try to use Invis if they're hit by the first one or anything like that.
So let's actually talk about real quick. Which navis have super? It's Groundman, Tomahawk Man, and is that it?
I'm not actually sure. I think that might be it. There might be a third one in Gregor.
I'm thinking Chargeman, but I feel like that's wrong.
Okay, so it looks like in chat, Solid's saying Dustman and Chargeman, and Solid
Dustman
said
and
that as well.
Chargeman.
Yeah, so it's 4 navis.
4 nats, okay. Dustman having that's actually kind of big for Dustman.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've seen any Dust or Chargeman, so it's just Groundman's the only one that we saw that has super armor in this cycle.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, so going into the next game, it's Shadow vs Antonia.
Yep.
So now we're
And we
going
have
to
the Proto
see
Man matchup.
the Proto
Yes.
Mirror, yeah.
Let's see it.
So if we briefly just talk about the folders, it looks like Antonia's focusing more on um, chip attack, so swords that can be charged into 2x,
Mm-hmm.
and then Shadow has all of the navis, and then few tech choices, fanfare, panel grab to try to confirm his attacks.
Well, if we look at Antonia's folder, right, he's going for style here. He has the Delta Ray. He has the
Mm,
Proto Man SP. Um, he has the double hero Proto Man SP play. He has Colonel SP, anti Navi.
yeah,
Oh no, he doesn't have anti Navi. Oh yeah, he does. He does have anti. He has anti Navi SP, and he has that. Oh, he doesn't have the regular Proto Man, so he can't do that PA, which it would have been kind of hype. But
okay.
that would have been cool if he had twin leaders.
Yeah,
Yeah, but no twin leaders here in play. But he does. He's going for style points here,
yeah.
and he also opted. The biggest difference here is he opted not to have the neo variable sword, and I want to talk to
Mm,
you about.
okay.
You played Proto Man, right?
Yeah, I did play Proton.
How do you feel about not having or having a variable sword?
So Neovar as a chip alone, especially with Protoman, is very efficient, so you can get in a lot of damage for just one chip. But because of how inconsistent it can be, with being interrupted or losing it out on your charge, then it might not be worth it. So it depends on how comfortable the players are with the input, with the command prompt. I think it is worth it. If I didn't use it in my first build, but if I do it again, then I'll probably do have it. I think some of the easier inputs can be used to give in a lot of range, although less damage, but can be still big.
Mm-hmm.
But it
This is
is an
very interesting.
interesting choice.
Yeah, very interesting. I especially like the fact that I don't know if you said this already, but the Sonic Boom Splash is not just the double life aura, right?
Mm.
So the Sonic Boom Splash, what's the input for that?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, that was one of the reasons I didn't really go for Neovar because I don't know the inputs. Um,
I'm sure if I remember correctly, the input were like it was way easier than up. Let me
mm.
see if I can remember. It was
So it looks like in chat Shadow says it's back,
left,
forward, back. So
right.
left, right,
Yeah, yeah.
left B. Yeah.
It's left, right, left, B. So that Sonic Boom Slash is a lot easier to do than sword for reasons obviously not getting too taxi going on. But it
Mm.
doesn't cause flashing, right? And if your opponent walks backwards as that's coming out, or if they like step sideways into it, they do take two hits from that.
Okay.
And it's a ranged attack. It's a pretty solid. It's like a white shot, but does a
Mm.
little bit more damage than a white shot. You know, so I don't know. I think it's worth
Okay.
no matter. It's a double damage wide sword undodgeable unless they have I don't know Invis if they can preemptively do that.
Yeah. Guess we'll see in this match how well Shadow is able to get in with Neovar and if that's going to make a difference, which it could very well do.
All right, let's
Alright,
get it on.
here we go.
Okay, both players readying up. Here we go. So we are on this perspective of Shadow Bears. We're
Yeah.
seeing this moon blade.
It looks like he already starts with the airy grab panel grab into fan, so he can, or fanfare, so he can put these in the back row and then keep them on the field.
He does not have to go for that combo immediately, sensing that an area grab of the opponent's own will come out, which is really smart.
Yeah, so they both have 5 aerographs, so you'd expect one of them to place out one aerograph first.
Wait, hold on a second. Did you see what just happened? He used Step Sword.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, so he used the sword, he couldn't step into that panel, so he didn't go anywhere, so he was able to use the chip. I don't know why he opted to go ahead and use both aerographs in succession like that. I think that's a little odd trick. Seeing that Monster Blade comes into play. Not the regular though.
okay, go ahead with Colonel. That missed with the racer. So again, he could have waited it out, just try to get control.
Not being able to chip charge that Monster Sword was a little unfortunate. Using the fan there to pull in his enemy was really good, but Shadow got kind of scared of his charge shot as well, being in range of that. It's really fun.
I guess that fan technique works best on Sparkman, because then you can't really hit it. It's for when he uses the moon blade to remove the life aura.
Really smart. He feigned the first one, so it gave Antonia this false sense of confidence. Like, okay, he used one, maybe he doesn't have the second one. Baiting him forward and getting that second one. You know, really smart. So that's when it's gonna come out into this anti-damage though.
Yeah, and Shadow still has another one waiting. Waiting to see if Antonia uses anything for damage, but
I love how he waited in Muramasa range. Like, that was like really ballsy. I don't know if I would have done so.
Yeah.
I would have at least backed up a little bit. That was funny.
I think Antonia didn't have the HP loss to give the full damage Muramasa, but even then that could be 500 damage with the 2x.
Or it could have been a longsword, because he has plenty of those, yeah.
That is good.
Oh, almost caught the barrier on that.
Yeah. But looks like this last one's doing 2x damage, so that's 500 damage free. Now the HP is quite a bit similar.
And somehow, there's an HP bug on the field.
Yeah, so that is one of the effects of Moonblade.
Use the HP bug, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people do use Moonblade, but thanks to Shadow using it in a previous game, I've learned that properly, so I guess that's the tech choice for Shadow, he likes to use Moonblade.
Okay. Antonia giving it a little bit more thought. Oh, is that the Colonel Force? Oh boy. He has to clear this anti-damage first, so... Oh, the double hero! Then you get styled on by 2 Protomans.
And that was enough to get game.
Oh man, Antonia taking the first... Whoa, that was a very quick transition.
Yeah, so I think what happened to them is they got desync, so they had to restart, which caused them to have... So they had to stitch the video back.
Okay, that makes sense. Slashman. Oh no, he loses the Slashman. Unfortunate. Oh, he didn't want to step forward. That was really surprising.
So that's an interesting effect of this field there. So both pushed Shadow into the range of the charge shot and stopped him from putting the fanfare on the back row.
I don't know if it's even possible to place it down.
I
I
don't
feel like that's super frame tight. I don't think so. It's like super frame tight.
yeah, I don't even think it's possible, as you said, because as soon as you step into it, it pushes you back, and you can't move until you finish. You can't place anything until you finish.
But Blastman is gonna come out, and no TFC for that, so that's gonna be no double, of course, because there's no Blast. Oh, using the fanfare as a bait to get this step crossed off.
And it's interesting that Shadow didn't TFC the anti-damage, because sometimes you want to TFC the anti-damage to allow to stop your opponent from comboing you from the paralysis. It looks like he kept it for another TFC.
Man, that's being hand and 2 recovers. We're gonna see those recovers come out in a short while. It's gonna get a big boost of energy.
So using them, he's almost going back to full HP.
I think it is full HP.
It was 80 less than.
It's just a little bit short. Fan's gonna come out, but it's gonna get blown up with this Erase Man's move.
Ooh, the Delta Ray!
Delta Ray! I love this chip, yo.
It never gets old.
Yeah. Shadow's just there. Yo, man, yeah, his life is on fire. Referencing that 420 number.
Yeah.
My man's you turn right now. Burning up.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So one thing I don't think we mentioned is that Protoman, because he doesn't have a specific version, so it's not Balzar or Gragar, you can get in the Gigas from other versions, so that's why we see Colonel more used for Shadow.
Wow. And unfortunately, the hindsight of that Colonel Force was already in play by Antonia, as he was able to get those grabs back.
Now Shadow's at 90 HP, let's see if he manages to get a comeback. So he takes the life aura just to survive into the next turn.
But is it going to be enough?
And Antonio always has the opportunity to TFC something into it. It doesn't look like that happened.
2 big whips later.
Ooh,
Long blades. Oh, he canceled it!
Yeah. That would have removed the life aura as well, so that was pretty big for Shadow.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get a counter hit off of that, did he?
No, I don't think he did. That was good fun.
That would have been extremely useful for this Aquaman.
Yeah. Oh, but Antonio still has the anti-damage. So...
There's the area grab. Max area is taking another area.
Ooh.
Oh!
The counter hit finish.
It could have been the reverse very easily.
Yeah. So if Shadow got the counter hit on that, then he would have been able to go into next turn, take in the Neovar, and then probably get a game with that, because that wouldn't give Antonia time to TFC anti-damage.
Conversely, if playerzero got the counter hit instead of Antonia there, then we would have seen a ×2 3-hitting Aquaman SP coming into play. that would have been a very upsetting absolute reversal. Very good match though from both players.
Yeah, it was quite close. I guess that's Protoman. It's glass cannon matchup, so you either win quickly or lose quickly, but it's going to end up very quick.
Especially when you're styling with all the Protoman. All right, who's up next?
Okay, so next we have Symes Vs Antonia again.
Oh, a lot of Antonia today, guys.
Yeah, but this is the first time we see Symes playing.
Oh, this is the first time we see Symes playing. All right, so Symes is a pretty good player, right? So he's definitely been around, especially in Link Land format. I've played against his brown man a few times, and he's the one that showed me the power of a white capsule on an RC breaker.
Okay.
You see, I underestimated it because I didn't know what it was until I got caught up.
Yeah. So if we first start with Symes drawing, because we didn't get a chance to look at that yet. So he's quite an interesting drawing. I guess he went for the more cartoonish look for Groundman,
I
and then
really like the face he has.
yeah,
It's very it's very dirt.
yeah,
Okay,
okay.
so looking at the art, actually, real quick, I just realized that he put the face that he's trying to portray
Yeah,
on the ground man there. That's actually really funny.
yeah,
The accuracy of this is uncanny. Oh man. But let's talk about these folders, bro.
okay,
So Symes here, right? He's playing G code, obviously,
yeah,
but he hasn't mixed in with B codes only for the navis for the extra damage, and he was also playing the grab banish.
mm,
So he has Judgment, and it seems like grab banish for grabbing back panels. He has two wind racks, so Judgment is going to be relatively safe to throw out and
yeah,
still claim area because of the wind rack, and he still has an out to a life orb of sorts. And we see the white capsule in the folder, and he has it tagged with the area grab.
mm,
Wow, that's interesting. Can you
yeah.
elaborate on this? Why tagging is so good?
So I guess I can think of two options why he might have done that. One of them is the RC breakdown, so the special chip from Groundman can take a while to actually start. So you want to do it from as close to the end of the field as you can to keep your opponent stunned with it. So that could be one use for the area grab. And another thing that not a lot of people know about is that by tagging a chip, you make it more likely to appear earlier in the
Mm-hmm.
game. So
Mm-hmm.
Symes could have tried to go for that and then get it to appear early to get the early damage from that.
Yeah. So allowing him to push that advantage in the chip algorithm there.
Yeah,
Yes, tagging is very useful. You get the area grab, which is going to help you fight against the 5 area grabs your opponent has,
yeah,
and that white capsule for the RC breaker. We're going to see if he can confirm that. I'm actually waiting for someone to see this.
yeah,
It's pretty disgusting.
yeah. And he has the plus 30 as well, so he could add in even more damage to the special chip. So guess we'll see if he does manage to get it. All right, should we go into the next game?
Let's do it. So we're going to see all the setup here. Net battle. Apparently, Symes was Liza. Shout out to Liza.
Yeah.
And here we go. The ground man versus the ground.
Wait, is that the wrong game? Because it was supposed to be Antonia, right?
Yeah, it actually is supposed to be Antonia. So yeah, this is the wrong game.
Okay,
Spoiler.
so that was my bad. This should be the correct one.
You guys have to unsee that now.
Yeah, I mean, at least we didn't see much into the game, so but we'll get to see that game slightly later.
Oh, we did see a lot. We saw it was ground man. Yeah, that's important. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Actually starting this map. Oh, taking a little while to connect. I'm telling you, where are you, bro?
Yeah, so something
There it is. And here we go. So Protoman versus Groundman matchup 2, but from 2 different players. Right. We see slow gauge here. Oh, that's gonna be rough. I just realized that's right. He regged slow gauge, and he has the area grab. All he has to do is camp forward, and this is gonna be very long turn for Proto Man.
Yeah, so it looks like Symes did go for the right choice to try to capitalize as much as possible on the charge shot that we've seen already how good it actually is.
Okay, so Judgment Man's gonna actually buy Antonia a little bit of the time here and stall. He's gonna connect to this step sword as well. And there goes the area grab. Okay. Alright, Groundman's gonna be confirmed here. Symes baits Antonia into using that charge shot. That's some solid damage already. Is he gonna be able to connect? Yes, he is. Alright, so what's interesting here is that because he's frozen, he's gonna take double damage from the initial hit of his charge shot. Oh, but not fast enough. Very good mashing from Antonia. We're right into the next round, and we see some heat dragons here. And possibly some on here. That's it. We also see that unfortunate white capsule there in his hand too. Popping that off on the RC breaker is literally game point in this match. It's already looking bad. Oh, but Antonia gets the double hero!
That's a lot of double hero we've seen this stream so far.
Yes, and I'm very happy for it. Oh, the wind dragon is gonna get that area back.
But looks like Antonio stepped right in time, so now he can avoid all of the hits. So there.
Yeah, very clutch for him. As we know, that's not an anti-damage. Oh, but he didn't see. Symes, knowing that it's not anti-damage, is just gonna bait out these charge shots, and he's getting them. Antonia kind of asleep at the wheel there, then move down the time.
Yeah, when the charge is quite hard to try to avoid, especially if you don't expect how long it actually stays on the field. Well, I guess we'll see. Maybe Antonio is going to be able to get that comeback with the Muramasa. That is still an option.
That is very much an option. Times 2, that's 1,000 damage, and if you can pull that off. There's another area grab. He needs to deal with this. Muramasa, there it is, and it whiffs. Oh, the wind rack coming out, and there's the RC breaker. If you just walked into, the anti-damage got eaten up.
I mean, it would have been eaten up anyway. I guess he tried to avoid it to keep the anti-damage, but that's it.
Yeah, we see some pellets coming up from Symes' side, and that's going to be pretty much game if you can confirm this area grab bandage.
I think he might have 10 left afterwards.
Yeah, he might have 10 left, so he's going to throw some pellets out there. There it is. That banished, leaving at that 10 HP arc. Delta Ray Edge! This unfortunate Color Man's missing out on this big move. That would have been T-Mac. Wow. Unfortunate, man. And here we go, game 2. Obviously, the RC breaker in hand, of course, followed by the Aqua Puff. Now it's interesting because we usually use or bubble stars in general to bubble our opponents, but the ice field's going to change that into an ice pop.
Yeah, and the perma horse as well, so neither of them can use both the area grabs around.
Wow, that missed! Oh, that's unfortunate. I thought Symes stepped into the kernel SP, but it seems not. Another area grab, wasted away. The basement's gonna come out. Very close to the end of the turn. Are we gonna get? Yep, slow gauge is in play, but that's not gonna be enough time to. Oh, is he gonna do it? Is he just gonna RC breaker?
I don't think he can actually because of the ice panels, and he doesn't have flow shoes, so he can't get into a place to confirm the RC breaker. But I guess we'll see.
Right. Okay. And here it comes, and this is on play. Still has this bubble in his hand though. That sword, gonna whiff. Should have been a little bit more patient. There it is.
And yeah, he gets it through the Prix. That confirms the hit. That's
There it
games.
is. And that's what I'm talking about. That RC break,
Yeah,
a mountain of damage. No invis, no TFCing. That's it. It's an active chip, just like Kernel Force.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
either you step into it, dodge it, or use a barrier.
yeah, and it's not even time free, so you can't TFC into that. So that's how it is.
Yeah, unfortunately. Good game from both players. Unfortunately, Symes had the better hand at that.
Yeah. Okay, and now so going into the next game, it's me, Uvu vs me.
Uvu versus you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, yeah. Hold on. Let's talk about this amazing art you got going. What was your inspiration for this masterpiece?
I mean, I'll have to say that this is the peak art that I've achieved so far, and I aspire to reach that in the future as well.
This is beautiful. When I first saw this image, I was like, "What? This is greatness, dude! Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. Oh yeah, yo. Oh my gosh, this is great. I love it. I love it to death, man. You
This is
know,
definitely one case where the art drew itself. I just put my hand and the the drawing just.
oh, someone said that in chat that the hand it kind of looks like Thanos' glove. It's the gauntlet, bro. It's the PC gauntlet. The PC gauntlet is real, bro. Oh my gosh. Yo. I'm weak. I'm weak. Oh my gosh. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. That's so good. Okay, I think this is the first match we're seeing with you in it, actually.
Yeah, that is true. So this is going to be interesting.
So, talk to me about your folder a little bit. What were you thinking? What was your thought?
Yeah, so I decided to go with B code folder, and the main reason for that is I was looking through the chips and I saw that B has a good range of fire chips, has few sword chips, so I decided to go in with the two-step sword.
Mm-hmm.
And then the machine gun, bubble, bees, it has a lot of utility, but also
Mm-hmm.
has Protoman and Blastman on code,
Mm-hmm.
which can potentially do a lot of damage.
I'm not gonna flex. In our match, unfortunately, we weren't even recorded because of a bunch of issues.
Yeah.
But in our match, the step sword really threw me for a loop. Like the first one, I was expecting because obviously Pokemon has that.
Mm.
But the other ones and the timing in which you use them, it was really, really cool because you were using it when I was using charge shot, and obviously Spider-Man's charge shot's kind of slow, it has a wind up to it, so you
Yeah.
were able to like perfectly line yourself up for those step swords. It was really nice, and
Yeah.
I can see that coming into play against Groundman even because he has to line up those drills in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah, so in as a chipper idea, I really like Step Sword because not only does it allow you to hit when the enemy isn't expecting it, you can also potentially use it to avoid attacks, which is a lot harder to
Mm-hmm.
do, but when it does, it's really good.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's a defensive and offensive tool, and that's what we want: versatility out of our chip.
Yeah.
Initially, before you even fought with Uvu and Groundman here, what were your thoughts about the game? What was your
So for Link Navis, this is also I've played few games of Link Navi before,
hmm,
but I didn't have that much experience playing against the different Navis. So when I built my folder, I didn't really know most of the chart shots, so I didn't expect how oppressive as we saw in the previous games, how oppressive the chart shot can be from Groundman. Um,
mm,
but then again, the way that I played my games, that was the second game I played against Groundman. So I already played against Symes, who was Groundman player, which is which is a match we're going to see later on. So I had some experience. Um, So I guess we'll see how I try to adjust my play to counter the Groundman.
All right, we'll see it.
Also, another thing to mention, my Giga is Delta Ray as well. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah,
Yes, perfection. I want to see it.
yeah,
I want to see it. Unfortunately, you're not as cool as Antonia.
yeah,
I'm sorry, but but at least you got you got half credit on the score. You know what I'm saying? You got some credit. Delta Ray just boss.
yeah. I can't be as cool as Double Proto Man, but at least the cool Proto Man from the back is still not bad.
Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take what we got.
Uh, okay, so now going to the match. So this is going to be from Uvu's point of view.
Nice. I think it's interesting reflecting on your own matches from the other person's perspective, right? Because now it's like you see their mindset going into the match and how you matched up in the middle of your game. Like, were you thinking what that was the play? Were you able to make proper guesses?
Yeah.
You know, were your mix-ups good? I think it's interesting to
Yeah, definitely. It's another opportunity to like reflect on the game and to improve your games going forward.
Mm-hmm. Still waiting for our hero to join up. The true hero always arrives late, so you know this is perfectly fine. Right, Pete? Alright, here we go. Oh, you didn't change your name or your tab.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
So
Look at that chop.
I forgot to do it before saving, and so every time I load, I just see it, and then oh, I forgot to do it again.
Unfortunate. Oh man. Alright, here we go. Right into the match. Okay, starting with recoveries is always bad. I always equate it to something like playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Starting off with maybe Pot of Avarice in your hand, turn one, and you're just like, dang, I can't. Like,
Yeah.
Or for layman's terms, starting off with recover 300 when you have max HP is like, why do I have it?
Yeah. It is something that really adds to the depth of the game. There's a lot of things that you can go for, and it really is like a card game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the RC breaker? Oh, but you mashed out fast enough. Oh, you didn't have a. Wow. I don't like what you did there. You decided to forego all of that and hit it in him.
Yeah.
Yo, that's so smart.
Yeah, so that is really cool tech that you can use to big benefit.
Wow. Everyone's so obsessed with dodging by running circles. They don't think like, I'll take 10 damage. 10 damage is 20 damage giga chip, 20 damage regular chip is not that good. No, I'll just take that.
Yeah.
That's really smart.
Yeah, it's
Okay. What I want to know is if you're gonna get clipped by this aura head like everyone else. Oh, I want to see. Oh, the beat! The aura head.
Yeah, so it looks like I managed to use bees just in time to protect me from the hits and allow me to do a lot more damage. But I guess we'll see now if I'm another casualty from aura head.
Is it gonna clip? Oh, he dodged it!
Yeah, looks like I avoided that just in time.
You lucky dog, you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you lost the timepiece battle there with the ground and SP, but you have this damage up and area at this point. Not much help it's gonna do you. Oh, extending the hitbox with the bubble starter, that was pretty smart. And the wind wrap can get you some distance.
Yeah, but the wind drop didn't even hit, so I couldn't get the cancelled animation from that.
Right.
And now my area is broken up with the ice bound, so I'm really limited on what I can do.
You get clipped twice by the machine gun. At least you didn't take max damage from it.
Uvu's just waiting for my invis to run out. I think at that point, so the reason why I didn't go straight into cost is because I had the Muramasa, and I was waiting for Uvu to step into it, but he was just being very careful and staying back.
I understand. A lot of people don't realize that you don't have to press.
Yeah.
You don't have to end the turn. Like we can play this turn indefinitely.
Yeah. That's
Meteor
it,
Knuckle.
the more massive.
Yep, there it is, Meteor Knuckle. Max damage 2 in the corner. Pretty tough.
Yeah. Okay, going into game 2.
Alright, game 2 then. We still have one, potentially 2 more matches for you to get clipped by this. So we're gonna see it. Don't worry about it.
We'll see if the record stays true. Okay, so we started with grass panels and Uvu took in the blast man with him, so we'll try to go in for the 2x damage with that. And it looks like he did get it.
Boom.
Ooh,
Oh, the interruption there.
Yeah.
Nice. And the double damage from the Judgment Thunderbolt. Well, Thunderbolt rather.
and I did get hit with the overhead, so this wasn't a complete miss. And now I have all the plus areas, so we'll see if Uvu is able to stop me from being able to keep gaining advantage from my plus area. So I did step back, so if Uvu used the area grab straight away, then he'll be able to get back the area. And I think he's leading with the wind drag, so that's going to push, yeah. So that was nice, so he waited for me to charge my chip, to charge my attack, to hit first, then combo me into the wind drag to confirm. And yeah, so I just stepped into the RC breakdown. The RC break just to make sure I avoid it. And then I did manage to land in my 2x Muramasa.
There it is.
Yeah.
Maximum damage. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, so as we saw there, like I was very bad in a very bad position, I was low on HP, but then just getting that Muramasa 1k HP straight away, and now I'm elite.
And now the pressure's on.
Yeah.
Okay, Judgment's coming out. It's gonna grab that area. You can see how you respond. Unfortunately.
Okay, so yeah, Uvu manages to push me and get back all the area, and then removes my anti-damage with Elements Man. And now I can't really avoid his charge shots. But then the machine gun, so that is one of the main reasons why machine gun 3 is really strong. Although I didn't get the hits on the no super armor, I did manage to land multiple hits, which gave me a big advantage on that.
Alright, here we go.
So now we go into game 3 and we start with the cubes, so that limits how well Uvu can use the RC breakdown, because that leaves only one row he can use it on. And I do get hit with
Yeah, there it is! Yo, I'm full.
Yeah, so what happened there is that I used step sword, but then I jumped into the range of his overhead, so that I'm lucky I didn't get counted. But I did just walk into it.
That was so funny. Yo, everybody got clipped by this player. Like, is this secretly the best chip in the game? Like, okay, Sal would use it in the past, right? For sure. And I've seen her like put great effect to it with Beast out, right? But we don't even have Beast out here.
Yeah.
We're just raw doing it. Oh, here comes the RC breaker. No paralyze is gone, and you're just hiding your homie. I like to think of it as giving a hug to your opponent.
Okay. That's a good way to look at it.
It's like, nah, we're here together. Okay.
Okay, so let's see if I get clipped by the machine gun. It looks like I do, and I had the white pill, so...
Wow, that was really good mashing to get out of the freeze that quickly. Man, we're on the back end now.
Ooh.
Oh, massa!
Yeah, but it
That
wasn't 2x, so I'm still
okay.
quite low on HP.
But the way you clipped that, it was right on the edge. Like they stepped out of range, like barely. And that's why they ended up getting hit. That was crazy. Granted, SP's gonna make you invulnerable for a little
Yeah,
bit.
and that step sword allowed me to avoid the bees, so that probably saved me that game.
Oh,
Yeah,
dang,
then just walk
charge
into the
shot.
charge shot. That's how it ends.
Unfortunate.
It was,
That charge shot's so good.
yeah, it was a good game though. It was quite close.
It
Okay,
was
so
quite close.
now going into the next game, it's the ground mirror match. So it's Symes vs Uvu.
All right, this is the clash of personalities.
Yeah,
Two very different takes in terms of art and folders on the ground man archetype.
yeah,
Let's look at the art real quick. Let's compare. On the left side, we have Symes, and he's going for something more comical, more friendly. You know,
mm,
he wants you to know that he's having. He's a little quirky. He's got this little pointed nose. He's feeling
yeah,
very Poindextery. You know. But on the other hand, Uvu, now they have this crazy, vicious looking ground man. You know, it's kind of I'm here, and he's roaring at you.
yeah,
Crazy. What do you
yeah.
think? Which one do you like better?
So I think I prefer the one that Symes made just
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like it's more cartoonish. Although the drawing Uvu had was really good as well.
You see, my personality, I love that edgy, gritty feel, and Uvu's art is giving me that vibe I really look for in, my angsty teenage
Okay,
years.
okay.
So I think I'm more partial to the Uvu art.
Yeah, they both are really good. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the folders real quick. They're both playing the same code, essentially. You have a lot of
Mm.
G on both sides.
But one
But
yeah, go for it.
Uvu here has opted not to use the bubble star.
Mm.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, so that is interesting. Uvu does have more bees. He has two bees, two machine gun, which I don't think we see either of those in Sam's folder.
Hmm.
But we do see the Heat Dragon, so looks like Symes was more prepared to play against Tomahawk, maybe.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, so another really important thing is that you can see that Symes has all of his navis slots used, while Uvu only has five of them.
right.
Yeah, so
We can
there's
see a big difference in
yeah,
damage in terms of Navi. We also see a Blast Man U, which is a
um,
very interesting code.
so I think that was a mistake on when filling out the sheet. She's supposed to be Blastman Star.
I'm
Um,
just realizing that was a U there.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah, it's supposed to be star, like you said, but
yeah.
we can say U for universal. you know, some people make mistakes. It happens.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
No, man.
Okay, let's hop right into the game.
I think anti Navi is gonna be. It's gonna get a lot of mileage in this matchup, especially since all those folders, those SP Navis that Sims is playing.
Yeah, that is a pretty good point. Um, and it looks like they start with Permapan Permahold as well, so that's going to limit how much they can use the special chip they have.
So both players have super armor, correct?
Yeah.
So they're just gonna be drilling each other.
That is a good point.
That doesn't get interrupted. They have super armor, so they just kind of both sit there, their faces drilling each other?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can get a counter with their charge shots.
I don't think you can either. They're so big and bulky, it's hilarious.
Ooh, so is that going to hit? Oh wow.
No, it does not get the full damage. It's nice. That little frame,
Yeah.
like the frame of itself.
Okay, so it looks like Symes didn't decide to go for the slow gauge first turn. I guess he was trying to be careful of the matchup because they both can gain a lot of damage on each other, as you said with the charge shots.
Like he is opting to take it in now. I don't know if Uvu's ready for this kind of play.
Yeah, so
If they can get enough areas though, it'll be okay.
yeah, so I think it will be who gets the plus area because that way they can move back to avoid the opponent's charge shots. As you see Symes doing here.
In a way, these ice panels are helping Symes out too because he could just quickly escape and come back in immediately. Oh, ending the turn with that.
But he didn't get to use the slow gauge, so we'll see if he decides to throw away. Yeah, so that's what he goes for. Ooh, and then the judgment trade.
It's over. Is it over? No, I don't think it is actually. 1, 2. Oh, look at all that damage. Ugh. Oh, terrible. Oh my god. Oh, we get the reverse. Oh, he there he goes.
Yeah.
Symes needs the matchup now. He's like, I'm gonna hide in your buds.
One interesting thing that happened there is that Uvu TFC'd Invis with Elements Man Ice, and that actually stopped Invis from triggering the Symes. So that's something a lot of people do that going for this can make your opponent's Invis. And then onto the 2 hits with Bubble.
How do you feel about the element in the epic check?
What do you mean?
Like, in this format, in general, how do you feel about... What is it called? Anti-element?
Oh yeah, anti-element. Yeah, so I think it could be pretty good. Especially because a lot of the charge shots have an element, and even if they don't, then your opponent will still want to use an element to hit you with.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good tech to have in this format.
And it also has the potential to confuse your opponent if you run more than one trap, and then use it to TFC, your opponent might be thrown off and throws away one of their chips because they think that was an anti-damage when it wasn't.
Wow, that's a good insight. This is why I always make sure to check, you know, this hard shot or something.
Yeah.
I want to know. Can you show me?
Yeah, exactly. And if your opponent has anti-navi, then you can use that against them as well. So it's extra important.
Here we go, Erasement's coming out. The end of turn paralysis, the end of turn crowd control chip is really powerful in this format. Look, you get a free follow-up.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Symes could actually go for something really cheeky here. If he decides to go for the Bubble Star into the Wind Rack, he can potentially get 2 hits out of that, and then follow up with the Fire Dragon, because that back row has grass on it, but he's opted not to go for that.
Yeah, that is true. So it looks like it was going for ice. See if we... Oh, nice.
Oh! That extra 130? Oh, that's basically 4 hits instead of 3.
Yeah. And the brakes panel as well, so it limits what Symes can move.
Groundman SP is probably the best SP navi in this game. I feel like any folder, even in standard format, should play like a Groundman SP because it does amazing damage. it deals with sanctuary or any kind of panels.
Yeah,
It can, you know, I just feel like it does double damage to slash prod if you're playing standard. It's just so versatile.
yeah, I do agree with that. But I also really like Elementsman SP, which is a tech that we've seen a lot of people use in Link now as well.
Tell me a little more about Element Man XP. What's the difference between Element Man XP and
Ooh, looks like that game's finished with Symes going for the RC break. But
I
yes,
blinked and it was
yeah,
over.
so it was really
I
quick.
swear, I, I literally like looked down and then looked up and I saw deleted and
Yeah,
I was a little confused.
yes.
Oh my gosh.
So if we talk about the Elementsman SP, why it's a really good chip, I
Mm-hmm.
th- so you get the four elements, so that is already allows you to check in 4D crosses,
Mm-hmm.
and with being able to go for grass. So one combo that I really like is using Element Man into Element Man SP,
Mm-hmm.
because the first Element Man basically forces your opponent to TFC something, to TFC defense. And if they don't, then you can assume that they don't have it. So you can go for grass and then straight away go for Element Man Fire, Element Man SP Fire to deal 420 damage.
This is really solid damage.
Yeah, so it can do a lot of damage and it's very versatile. You can get the freeze, you can do a lot of things with it.
In Link Navi specifically, we get ×2 on the Stoutman with the Thunder portion.
Yeah,
We can hit Tomahawk Man for double damage. We can hit, let's see, Charge Man with the ice,
yeah,
Heat Man with the ice.
and then Elec Man.
Unfortunately, those knives aren't that good, though. I mean, Charge Man's okay. Heat Man is not that great.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, one thing that not a lot of people know is that if your opponent has Life Aura and Sanctuary, then
Mm-hmm.
normally you need to deal 400 damage. But if you go for Element Man SP, Ice or Grass, then the panels change first, then you deal the damage. So if you go for
Mm-hmm.
Grass, if you're in the range for that, then you'll be able to remove both with just one chip.
Same thing with ice. Unfortunately, you don't remove as much of the sanctuary as
Yeah,
you'd want, but if they're in range and you're missing the grass, you might as well go to your range, right?
yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's actually really good insight. A lot of people don't know that. Changing the panels first is very key to certain matchups, too. Especially if your opponent's camping that holy aura.
Yeah.
That's a nightmare.
Okay, so now we'll go into the next match, which is me vs Shadow. So
Oh, this isn't.
yeah, this is another proto mirror match.
How'd you feel about this matchup?
So I think as a matchup, it's the proto man is equal between us, um, because we both have the 5 area grabs. We both are running a lot of damaging navis. But then now, what I talked about in the previous match for Shadow, where he doesn't have the grab banish, he doesn't have the Judge Man, could play back on him because I do have the Judge Man, I do have the grab banish, so that could give me an
Mm-hmm.
advantage with the area grabs to allow me to get in hits
Mm-hmm.
with my charge shots.
What's really interesting about you making that known is that these setups are actually known to both players. So
Mm,
you visibly see this advantage, right?
yeah,
But that also plays in favor for Shadow because he knows you know that advantage. How does he then play
mm,
around with that, right? How does he bait you into using those early? Is he going to use one area to sit on that, right?
yeah.
We're going to see how you guys both tackle this, knowing each other's setups and stuff.
All right,
But
let's. Yeah,
real quick, hold on. Let's talk about this art real quick.
okay.
So, on one hand, we have God Thanos Proto Man.
Yeah,
But on the other, we have the stylist, my code, my sign, my insignia Proto Man.
yeah.
How do you feel about your enemies Proto Man art? Did it make you feel inferior or superior in any kind of way?
So I guess this is the one match to see if Thanos is able to beat the double Neovar. with the double life sword. So we'll see which is the better drawing wise and the game wise. We'll see. This game's the one that is deciding the winner.
I wouldn't be surprised if this whole match was like 4 minutes long.
Yeah,
Just throwing out all the DPS.
yeah. It's both playing glass cannon. We both have a lot of damage potential. So yes, we'll see how the game goes. Okay, so this is from my point of view.
Okay, awesome. Straight away, starting off with the area. Obviously, that's what you want.
Yeah.
Do you think your opponent is going to try to do the same?
Yeah, so again, because we both have a lot of area grabs in the folder, you'd expect one of us to start with at least one or two of them. Okay, so
You guys are matching each other move for move. What is happening? You literally did the same thing 3 times.
oh, so now I see he used step sword, so I went for the counter hit.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was very few frames that you have, but when your opponent uses chip, you do get the name of the chip and the damage it does. So it was lucky for me that I used the time freeze chip right afterwards, so I had time to react to that.
Bro, I imagine you mashing the
Yeah.
crap out of your keyboard. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So if I was few frames late, then I could have been counted with his step sword.
Exactly. And now you have this. Okay, so you try to use the area grab to bait, but
Yeah.
he didn't take it. He did not take the bait.
Yeah, that was nice play on him. And then he gets with the shield as well, with the reflect.
But you hit him with your B, so it was even.
Then we both end on defense.
So I don't know if anyone out there has ever played Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So when you play Zero and your opponent also plays Zero,
Yeah.
the only commentary they have for each other when they first go into another soulless cop. So now I'm just picturing that conversation between two. Just another soulless copy of me.
Yeah.
Wow, oh man. Here we go. Basement, and it's actually unavoidable since you're that close up and he's right in front of you, because you can hit all places that he can move.
Yeah. And then I get
Another counter hit.
yeah, another lucky counter hit.
Wow, so that element SP is looking really strong right now. But also, so is that last man.
Yeah, but then again, Shadow might play the long game and ready up defense to TFC like what he did for the first time against Protoman SP.
Right. So it's going to be interesting how you play this. So right now, based on how you selected it, you're assuming that he's going to go for the defense first in his hand, right?
Mm.
See what happens. There goes the chain. He has no response. Oh, that's massive damage.
Yeah, so the better play, what I should have done is gone for Elect, because that would have trapped him in place. Because he would have been blocked by his fanfare.
Yeah, that would have definitely been the better play. Oh, that's you guys are really Are you gonna do it? Do you pull the trigger here? Do you pull the trigger here? Are you gonna do it? You're looking at this shit. You want it so bad. Yo, no, you're gonna take it. You keep going back. You're gonna take this. Yo, you didn't do it.
Yeah.
Hit me. Oh no, he did.
If it was enough for game, then I'm sure I'd have taken it, but just because it wasn't, I didn't want to risk it.
Oh, another counter. What is up with these? I'm surprised he didn't try to go for chip damage first with the P shot. to maybe bait out some kind of defense, but
that's a good point, yeah.
because then he still would have been right in range for a KO. Your P shot does 4 damage or 5?
I think it's 5. I think
It is 5, right? Double life auras up. How do you clear it?
Yeah, so I don't think I didn't have anything.
Going for grass? Nah, thunder. Make a choice.
Yes, I tried to stop his movement just to protect myself. I'm not sure on that.
There's the wind rack. What's the follow-up? The fist? Yeah, it makes sense. You can't Delta Ray because of the area.
Yeah. Yeah, so he avoided some of my P shots, but then he got locked in with the fan. Okay, going to game 2.
Alright, feeling pretty confident off a hot win. How do you feel like that affects your momentum off of a win, right? How do you feel like that plays into this match?
Yeah, so I definitely think that if you win or how you win a game does affect a lot the next games you play. Especially if you win by big advantage or when the folder works how it's supposed to and you get one of that, it really makes you get in your and play
good.
better, yeah.
That mindset's so important.
Ooh, looks like
he tried to
missed
bait you into...
Yeah.
Yo, that was so smart, but on the wrong side.
And then we had collision damage, which
How much was the collision damage? 10?
I think it is 10, yeah.
I wonder how possible it is to do that glitch that Aqua's been showcasing with the time freeze while inside somebody else's body, the collision glitch. I wonder if it's possible to abuse that.
I think it might be doable if you go for, but I think both sides need to have barrier 200. So it's not really easily doable.
Okay. Oh, that double damage!
Yeah.
That actually brings up that argument you brought up, Element Man SP earlier. It wasn't Element Man, it was Blast.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You baited out a response because he was frozen by paralysis, and you were threatening to freeze him again.
Yeah.
So he didn't want that. But
yeah,
you were able to go for wood panels and get that double damage.
Yeah. And if at that point he TFC'd Invis instead, I could either wait that out or TFC my Blastman straight away just to try to gain the damage.
There goes the area grab. Really a battle for area at this point.
Yeah. The wood for the step sword.
Can you not chip charge that?
No, so not even the spout one, you can't charge that for double damage.
Oh, the shield, that's so good, and you protect your... And he got clipped anyway! Wow, that's really good frame. Great frame data.
I'm not sure if it's actually possible to avoid getting hit by the reflect.
Without a defensive chip.
Yeah.
I don't think it is. I think it works exactly like Reflector. The battleship Reflector, I mean.
Yeah.
Boop.
Ooh.
Ain't nothing like getting punched in your face once.
Should use the 2 recoveries to get back into the game. Now we have 300 HP difference, so it could. Don't forget, he still has the Neovar. He still has Muramasa. I don't think we've seen that, so it could still be anyone's game.
A Muramasa at this range, you would die instantly. So yeah, all he needs is like a solid confirm to it, or the double near variable. If he can do the wide slash, that'd be pretty good to get game too. But he accidentally walks into that bubble. He's gonna eat his Protoman for it. Okay. Dancing around each other's ranges.
Ooh,
Oh, anti-damage finish.
then the anti-damage, yeah. I'm not sure actually on how the frame works for anti-damage for the Protoman charge shot. Is it like Tengu where it's basically confirmed you get hit? I don't really know.
I don't think it's confirmed because the charge shot has a lot. It's very fast cooldown. Like
Mm,
I've seen people just kind of move almost instantly after a white shot. Um, with Tengu, it has a big windup and it has a big slowdown, right?
yeah,
But a wide sword doesn't have that much windup. So in a way, it's pretty good and pretty useful as a charge shot because it's how fast it is.
yeah.
Maybe he just couldn't move in time.
That could be it, yeah. Okay, so now if we go into our next setup, the Symes vs Sleep Clause.
This is a match I'm interested.
Okay, why is that?
Okay, the reason I'm interested in is because I've never seen Sleep Claws play against RC Breaker with a white pill, and we know it's coming. You know it's coming. I know it's coming. Sleep
Yeah,
Claws knows. Right now, I want to see how Symes sets it up, and if he can guarantee that. That's going to be what we're looking for here to confirm. I want to see Symes' confirm, and if he can land that on a player like.
yeah. And although Sleep Clause does have the air shoes from Tengu, it doesn't look like he's using any Gudon to try to get the maximum advantage from that.
Which is surprising to me. Do you think that's a bad play?
I mean, in a format like this where this is the only navis that has air shoes, yeah, I guess so. But if you think about it as well, what he's going for, he has sensor slide, he has two flash bombs, so he also needs some area, some repaired panels to be able to use his chips.
And he does have sensor and mag coil reg,
Yeah,
and he has oh, he doesn't have the thing reg, but he has invisible reg. But the
yeah,
fact that those two are tagged, that means he's gonna see those earlier. Right?
yeah.
That doesn't mean that you don't bring the Geddon, right? Because if you bring the Geddon, that's just another win condition. That's another win con that you have that
Mm,
other people don't. So I don't know if it's correct to not have that in your folder if it's an extra win con. Why not carry both?
yeah. I guess
But
as
that,
Symes, sorry.
yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So as Symes points out in chat, he says that Sleep Clause has the fire grass combos, the grass fire combos. So that's why he wants to get in with High Boomer to make the area grass and do the double damage with the fire hit with the Blast Man.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense, and I'm not attesting to that. But what I'm saying is, even okay, so even if you did get it right,
Mm,
the panel you're on can still be turned into grass.
mm,
So if they're not in the center row and they're on the side or in the back,
yeah,
they're gonna be. That's an immediate confirm. So to the point, you know.
mm,
So I'm thinking of it in that term. Like even if you like, it has so many uses in Tengu Man's kit
yeah,
simply because he has issues. It doesn't make sense not to abuse it.
yeah,
But then we get interesting setups because now he's playing Golden Road with the sensor. Maybe he didn't see the room for that, right? He already
mm,
had to cut defense to make that happen. Like he's only playing 2 anti-damage as opposed to 3, which is what
yeah,
usually everybody plays.
yeah,
It's just interesting.
yeah. I
Yeah,
guess we'll see that. Yeah.
we'll see how it plays out for sure. Let's get it.
All right. So this is from Sam's point of view.
Alrighty then. I'm actually really excited for this. I'm like, no.
Yeah, it will be interesting, definitely.
Okay, starting right away, we have that. There's the setup right there. We have the and the breaker, Darcy Breaker lined up with that white cap.
Another.
That's it. He's going for it.
Yeah.
He's not going for it. Okay. Oh, he is going for it. Yikes! This is gonna be a very big.
guess we'll see. So one invis from SoulXCross can just stop all of that combo. We'll see if SoulXCross does have that.
Not necessarily. He does have the judgment, right? If he can line that up. Oh! Last man's not gonna save you, cuz.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. This is optimized combo. Boom. His mashing is superior.
Oh wow.
See, Fox wasn't trying to have it, man.
Yeah, so we mashed just in time to avoid all of that damage. It would have been 800 damage, is that right?
Yeah. It would have been a lot. Wow, that was some really good mashing because he did not want to deal with it. He's like, nah, I'm good. Okay, so let's think about it, right? Does Bubble Star have more? Which one are you locked into long? Is it the Bubble Star or the Judgment SP, right? Maybe he should have just taken the Bubble Star and go right into Rock Record with that.
Yeah, that is a good point. I do think that. Yeah, I'm not really sure. So it looks like in chat Symes saying that Bubble is 150 frames while Judgment is 120. So these 30 frames.
Those extra frames. Yeah, that would have been it. Unfortunately. But he wanted the double damage, right? So it was it was a greedy play. It was a greedy. Do you really need to do more than you're already doing 800 damage? Do you need more damage on top of that right away?
Yeah, exactly.
But if it hit, you know, that's free, right? So you gotta go for it.
Yeah, I mean, if it was just few frames, if SoulXCross mashing was few frames slower, then he would have been stuck in that combo. So.
Mashing buttons hurts, guys. You heard it here first. When in doubt, flex those buttons. But unfortunately, we're seeing the reflector does it to stop it. That's so rude. You can't just use ground man on his reflector, man. That's so disrespectful.
Ooh, looks like the Phantom
and it blew him back, actually. Oh, anti-navi. Oh, yeah. Another end of turn. Crowd control. What's your follow-up, Symes? You're not going to get a charge shot in time, right? So maybe you do go for the ball with him and get some more CC.
Yeah, so he doesn't have all that many offensive options. I guess he just goes for the charge shot and then sees what he can get.
You know, Symes is in a very good spot right now. He could actually quite literally sit on these cards for like the next couple of turns and be okay. Oh! Whoa! Does he keep it? Does he keep his anti-damage now? He does not.
But then he avoided that back B from the first one, and now he's in a position where he can't get hit by the mag curl, so he avoided that combo.
I'm surprised that SoulXCross didn't step down there. He just kind of stood there. Maybe he just conceded at that point.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate for SoulXCross. He was so close to get the combo, which could have straight away gave him the game, but unfortunately he couldn't get it in time.
Yeah, it's a little rough. Symes starting off with this anti-damage and right into the slow gauge. He liked the way it was moving that momentum from before. He's gonna try for it again. Reflector again. Not gonna do anything for him though.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Oh! He didn't take the hit from Tengu's charge shot there. That was interesting.
So I knew you could get hit once by it, get clipped, but I didn't know you can avoid the whole thing. That was really nice.
Nice.
Nice. So again, so that's the extended anti-damage animation, allowed him to tank all these hits and gain his hits of his own.
Yeah. See, SoulXCross is hiding in the back row. Might cost him a little bit of damage if he needs to do that. This heat dragon coming up.
Yeah, and as Shadow mentioned, the poison panels are there trickling down Symes' HP, so that could play a big effect.
He's just sitting there taking it. No, people don't think about HP bug or poison panels because it's like, yeah, you know, 1 damage, whatever. But it adds. It adds up. Especially when you're stunned there from a race man.
Yeah, definitely. So you got
Oh no. And then chaining the Invis to the grab banner. Unfortunate. Ooh, the win back. Interrupting that charge. Very nice. Super armor is so good, and you just see it with these navis. Always bring super armor. I feel like that is the piece that you must have in your cuss at all times. There's no reason not to have super armor. Without super armor, everything's a combo. And I don't want to be there for that.
Looks like SoulXCross going for a very defensive turn and gets into the fire.
He's playing into these poison panels a lot. Now he's hiding in the back. He realizes, look at all that damage these poison panels are doing. There goes the logins and strat. Yo, I'm sorry, but this isn't gonna work out for you, man. I'm a different breed of human. It is what it is, bro. SoulXCross is on point right now.
And now Symes is going for the full area meteor knuckle, so he's hoping to get the 800 damage. We'll see if he does manage to get that.
It's gonna be very difficult. Both players know what the other player has in their folders, and SoulXCross has to be anticipating this. We can see a fire come out. 20 HP. Anti-navi. Ooh! But he's gonna have to run. He's gonna have to run and hide. This is gonna do double damage for sure. Oh, this is really close. Yeah, he has to stay in that back row. Oh, the grab bandit.
Ooh, wow.
Oh no! That was so close. Woo! And here we go, game 3. What were your thoughts about that last round?
Yeah, so it was really close. What SoulXCross did really well is use the timing of the short invis that you get after getting hit, and then that stops Symes from TFCing anything, and he just used that to get the win.
Jeez, dude. It's just very smart play from SoulXCross.
Yeah.
I feel like his play is very calm, very methodical. We don't see him mashing very often. He waits, right? Very patient player.
Yeah,
and it rewards him. Yeah, it rewards him very much so. And poison panels coming back to haunt you again.
It looks like he has the full synchro. We'll see if SoulXCross does manage to get something. Looks like a boomer, but is it going to get?
Oh yeah, you see, that's another rare drop. You see that Invis really helped out Symes in that instance. I think that's a guaranteed confirm, right? If those going road panels are there with the boomer, I don't think you can avoid that.
The timing might be very tight on that. You might be able to avoid it, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like Sam's going with a life aura to try to gain damage with the charge shots, especially in slow game. That could be very big for him. But then again, Tengu, SoulXCross playing Tengu, so he can just back through. So Sam's going to keep the life aura for a TFC to protect him from damage.
He'll take it, knowing that he has super armor and the opponent does. But he uses the life aura early, and that's gonna cause him. Oh, that cost is a little too high.
500 damage is a lot in a game where you don't have undershirt.
Yo, I've never respected undershirt more than that when I play this format.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's just so good. You think, oh wow, 1 HP, what are you gonna do, win? Yeah, actually. You don't know. You really don't know.
Yeah, it's that one chip they use, that one attack could make all the difference.
Look at SoulXCross taking his time, assessing his options. He knows he's ahead, but doesn't want to blow it. He's gonna take our time, think about what's going on. Here comes the grab banish. Interference to preserve these areas.
Oh,
Prix judgment can come out. We're wasting time here. That's all we want to do is waste time to see that next cut. Just a little bit faster. Oh, it doesn't step out in time.
nice. When Sam steps back, that could have been a big mistake if the going board didn't fire.
Maybe he was aware of it? Maybe it was an accident. Sometimes it's in chat. Was that an accident? Be honest. Were you aware of the timing on the going? I don't think you. Oh, he's going for the rock cracker, but he doesn't have. Oh, he flinches. Rock cracker doesn't flash, does it?
No, it doesn't think so. Ooh, looks like.
Go. Yeah, it does flash.
Ah.
He's phenomenal. When you fuse a base. Unfortunate, he used it while using Vin. Whoa, that was an impressive dodge. That was a great move.
Yeah, that was the second time we see a really good dodge from SoulXCross on the bubble.
He's on point with that.
He's getting charge shots.
I can't save you. It's looking really slim. All these TFCs, look at this. TFC Central.
Yeah, it's still anyone's game. SoulXCross could get in or hide them chips when it's straight away.
Symes is going for bait. He's gonna start off at the area grab. See if he can knuckle the victory. Oh, yeah, yikes. This is really tough.
But don't
What
forget,
series of chips? Oh, well, don't forget what was.
yeah, so SoulXCross is still stuck in his animation, so there are a few frames that Symes could try to mash in chips before SoulXCross can try to move to avoid these things, so that could be important.
No, that's good, bro. Like, I'm trying to think what sequence of chips in this moment can SoulXCross use to win. I don't think he can. I don't know, like, I don't think this is good. Area grab, Proto Man SP, Meteor Knuckle, anti-damage! Wow, he really made it out of there! Can you follow up? Erase Man, both whiff. Okay, Judge Man's left, Flash Bomb! That's
and the
gonna do
fire
it,
hit.
that's gonna do it! Dang, that was really close.
Yeah, that was close
Really
game.
close. A fire hit, yeah, that would have cleared it. That would have been.
If only Symes didn't have the super armor, then the fire hit would have stunned him enough for the flash bomb to go off, and then SoulXCross could have got the game from there.
Maybe if he had waited for the use of the chip too, waited for the flash bomb to go first, then fire hit, and move around, kind of just dance. Ah, yeah, that was too tight to tell.
Yeah.
Really close match, both. That was really well played.
Yeah, well played from both sides. Okay, so now going into the next one, it's Shadow vs SoulXCross.
Ah, I'm back.
Yes, you back
Hey.
again.
Y'all thought you was finished with Stoutman. Nah, Stoutman's never finished unless he's finished with you. All right, let's take a look. Okay, so I'm gonna preface this with having lag in the middle of a match really affects how you use chips, right? Like match, for example. When you use a Magnum chip, it's you have to time it to get the accuracy you're looking for. But what about matches that have no lag? You see, me and Shadow's he lives like a state over here. He's really close, maybe 4 hours away. So our connection when we first connect, starts off at like 95.
Oh
There's
wow.
no lag. There is little lag in our. That being said, this makes this matchup even more impressive
Yeah.
when we sit down and watch. So we, I'm excited for this actually because this was a really good set.
Nice. So we've already seen Shadow getting all of these reflects with games that could have had lag, could have had inputs getting dropped. So now in a
Mhm.
game with a perfect connection, I guess we'll see how Shadow's going to do.
And he has a lot that he needs to block here. I mean, the biggest weakness to my folder, I feel like, I think I brought this up earlier too, was the lack of mega chips. I feel like I
Mm,
should have definitely put more navi chips in there. Maybe cut Judgment SP and actually put like Element SP, Blastman SP, good standard mega chips that can deal a lot of damage. Because I felt like I was lacking in the damage that I had going, but
okay.
at the same time, I had a lot of control. So we're trying to see if I can control the board easily,
Mm,
or is he going to be able to push advantage and get those area grabs face without contest?
yeah. And we've touched on it before when were talking about my setup, but the matchup between Protoman and Spoutman, I can't help but feel that Spoutman has the advantage because of the charge up, because of how fast you can
Yes,
break panels. You can very easily
yes.
stop your opponent from going.
And you're forced to make a decision. Do I take the charge shot to the face? Do I actually take that damage, right?
Yeah.
Or do I move and lose this panel? It's very, very interesting because now you have to mind game what you're taking and what damage you're taking. It's not as threatening without Hubbat, unfortunately, because
Mm,
my charge shots are 60 damage approximately.
yeah.
Well, with Hubbat and max attack, my attack on that goes up to like a solid, I think, 100 or something like that. So now it's even more
Mm,
pressure you're feeling from this charge shot. It's
okay.
interesting, but we're
Yeah.
gonna see how it plays out.
All right. Here we go. So this is going to be from Shadow's point of view.
Yeah, unfortunately, I kept forgetting to record,
Uh,
so
yeah.
so I didn't get it as much as I would have wanted to, but
Yeah. True.
I gotta say, look how cute Aquaman is. Yo,
Yeah.
he's just an adorable thing. Like, oh my. In a way, I feel like it's better that we're playing from his perspective because we can just always see Aquaman.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love this man.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have an early area aggressive play come out from Shadow here.
Yeah. And starting with the life aura straight away as well. So you see. Ooh. Fucking the freeze. Oh wow, he lost that life aura. I didn't notice that until now. So the reason why that happened is there is a few frame window between where the game between when you activate the chip and when it actually works. So in that few frames, if you get interrupted, then you can actually lose your chip, which is what happened to Shadow there with the life aura, which is really unfortunate. But now what Shadow has the opportunity is to get back her object. Let's see if he manages. Ooh. So yeah, again we see interaction with very few frames there. So what happened is that SoulXCross was mid-movement, but so the panel was still occupied even though he wasn't technically on the panel. And that blocks the object from spawning.
Exactly. So I was trying to bait it out. I knew it was coming. As soon as I saw it, I rushed over there and tried to use my body to block that panther. It was I could not allow him to back roll that object because I don't have a lot of options to get rid of it.
Yeah. Okay, and it looks like Shadow's going for the Muramasa, so he's going to try to get the 1k HP damage. We'll see if he
He
does
does
that.
get back this area though. So Shadow here, he's scaring me out of range. Yeah, he's trying to scare me out of range of his white sword, which is why he used it, so he can get the area. But I knew this was happening, and I tried to lock him in. So these reflects have been really on point, but I have to admit, at this point in time, I wasn't trying to hit him. I wanted to hit the panel behind him, so he can make a choice to stay there or not. I didn't move up in time, and I just ended up letting go at the wrong moment.
Ah, I see. But yeah, so with your charge shot being that fast, it could actually work against you, because you can try to gain that reflect. And we'll see if he does get the Neo Bar 2x.
And he does, and it hurts to say it, but I'm the only person he actually landed that on in the whole tournament. So like, dang, bro, like, when we were first talking about the tournament, right, he comes online, he goes, oh man, I can't wait to Neo Bar double sword somebody, I know what's gonna happen. And in the back of my mind, I said to myself, watch it be me. Of course it has to be me. Of course. But, shout outs to Shadow, I hate you. But yeah, man, it was pretty good. This was another big disadvantage, I feel like, to not having a lot of navis, right? They can camp defense, and that ended up happening a lot with camping defense. I didn't have a lot of pressure outside of the slash, not the slash, the summoning block, right?
Yeah.
So I really started to realize that, because after this set we played again, and because we wanted a rematch just to, you know, have for funsies.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of like trying to figure out things.
Yeah.
Next week is gonna be very good. Okay, here we go. These blusters, he gets the kernel force. So I'm gonna plink him real quick with that bubbler.
Ooh, nice. Hits on the block.
Yeah, his reflectors are really on point. This is an interesting hand. I actually talked to Shadow about the Moonblade, and he ended up saying to me, when it worked really well. But when it didn't, it really hurt him. Another really nice block with his reflector, but I got him with the shield and nice little damage with the train arrow.
I think that's the first time we see Trainer on the stream, so...
Hey, shoutouts. Okay, 35 HP. Can I do it? Let's see it. Let's see it. Alright, so he goes for the wind rack, and I go for this. This gives me some time. I decide to try to lock him down. I go from invis, the anti-damage. It's really good for me. Meteor Knuckle, here we go. What RNG is that? What? That's crazy,
wow.
right? That's crazy, right? I'm sitting here like, no, this is impossible. He survived, and then he kills me with myself. I was so livid.
Wow.
I was like, how are you gonna just use me against me with my charge shot? Not even the super host attack, right? He hit me with my charge shot. I cried. I literally sat in the corner and cried. Like, you can't just do this to people. This is actually like. How did that meteor knuckle not kill him? I was so shook. I was like, yo, this is impossible. My RNG with this shit must be abysmal.
Yeah, so like the average hits is 4, and I think you get 2 or 3. So...
I got 3 hits.
Okay, so you definitely got less than, you definitely got lucky with that.
Yeah. And immediately starting this match, he's beating me up with me again. And I made a big misplay. I expected him to come forward or play forward or came forward a lot more. So I was gonna bubble star and ring bracket so I can knock him into it twice to set up my train arrow. But that's not what happened. Unfortunately. Yeah, and this is a really, really terrible thing because you see these moon blades just ready. And there's nowhere I can go.
Oh wow, and he gets the protect, but then you're free from his charge shots.
I promise you, I'm not going nowhere. That's my life right now. That's my whole life right now. This corner is all me. The pro movement, dodging it, anti-damage, like I said, which is good.
Nice, yeah.
All right, so far based on what you've seen, what adjustments do you think I could have made in tackling this matchup, right? I feel like a lot of things haven't gone right for me. The reflectors obviously was very big
Yeah.
because he blocked a lot of key stuff so far, right?
Yeah.
What do you think I should be trying to do for justice?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. So it can be hard to say, but maybe like because you don't have crossing in this game. So if you have victim with one of your navis or some use, for example, trainer, maybe set it up from the previous turn with bubble, so you don't have to worry about codes, but your opponent is still paralyzed, and then try to chain in few para combos to try to confirm your attacks.
Yeah, I think I definitely rushed some of my moves and didn't really focus on timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get 2 hits here with the I hate Meteor Knuckle so much. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It is my least favorite shit.
Why did you choose that as your bigger? You could have Bass, there are a few good options.
Okay, so this pains me because I wanted to bring Base so bad because he's my favorite Navi, right?
Yeah.
But I make so many holes, and I have to deal with Base anomaly, right? It's not like regular Base where if you're on a panel I can still clip you, but if there are certain holes and I make these holes, that's limiting myself. And now if I'm not making holes, my opponent can prepare for it, right? So it was really a tough decision for me, but to save like versatility and save my folder, it was better that I stuck with the Meteor Knuckle.
Yeah. And you do have quite a few area grabs, so maybe using that as well.
Right, exactly. Like he's cornered here if I had an area grab, which I did, and he can't do anything about it. But I can't do anything about his item either.
Yeah. And you're being careful of Windrag or even Elements Master. I don't think we've seen that already, so that's why you're avoiding sitting on the grass. Ooh, so it looks like he's going for the Moonblade, which no one expects. You're not really used to a chip with that range, being able to remove your aura.
Yeah, but the next thing might surprise you, right? So he used Kernel Force, and shoutouts to actually Pablo, because he's the first one I've seen do this.
Okay.
But I used the Magnum to stop most of the Kernel Forces from hitting, so I reduced the damage dramatically. And I was able to get my area back.
Interesting that you've never seen that before, because it is a common strategy to have like.
It is a common strategy, right? But no, before Pablo did it, I never saw someone do it at that time. That was a while ago. Okay. And so I just never really thought of doing it. Like, but I remembered that Magnum could be used to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and not take all this damage. That's right.
Yeah. And nice. So we've got another reflect from Shadow, and now he's really getting advantage from the fanfare that he has set in the back row, and he's just getting all the advantage from it.
Yeah, I have no ways of dealing with that back row object.
Yeah.
So I actually have to just kind of suck it up, unfortunately. Here he's gonna try and go for the near variable again. For don't ask me why, but I knew he had it. Okay. Don't ask me why, but he was sitting there patient, too patient. Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna step in range, then I'm gonna just step back. So I was ready for it.
Yeah. And that is a good point that you bring up with Protoman, especially being disciplined on when you charge shot, when you charge your charge shot, because it gives away to your opponent that you're not doing anything, so you're planning something if you're not charging. But if you trick them by not charging your charge shot at times when you don't really have anything else to do, when you know you can't confirm it, then you tend to still try to get in and build the mind games there.
This is where I made my fatal error, and I feel like this is what really cost me in this game. He used the Groundman SP, and he broke 2 panels. One of them I was standing on was because I was standing on that panel, but I decided to step all the way around and forward, which put me in this corner, and now I can't move at all. Okay. And at this point, I was thinking to myself, like, why did I move that way? Like, what was my game plan here?
Yeah.
because I was thinking to myself, oh, I'm gonna charge shot this back panel, right? And I'm gonna lock him in, which I do. I lock him in, but I'm not going anywhere either. So, what did I really accomplish?
Yeah.
Right?
You went
All
for.
right. That was a read on my part. I should have waited for him to charge at least first, then step back.
Uh,
That's what it is. Yeah.
that's not calling it again.
Really good match. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot,
Okay.
especially about my folder. So I feel like it was a really good match for me.
Okay.
But I still think, despite my losses, I feel like Spoutman is still the best Navi. He's the strongest Navi, period. So I don't want to hear from nobody.
So you said you learned a lot. Can you just like briefly go through what are the changes you're going to make? Maybe don't spoil too much for what you're doing next cycle, but just um, briefly go through how you can improve in this from this game.
Okay. So I feel like for the most part, my folder was perfectly fine. I had a game plan and it was pretty solid, but it was honestly just the lack of the extra megas that kind of made it harder for me. So what I'm going to try to do is keep that controlling theme in mind because it was working. I was
Mm,
able to zone out my opponents. I was able to keep them locked down. I was able to use the magnums to my advantage, right?
okay.
Especially since we had better connection. So I definitely want to keep that same game plan, but maybe switch around some of the codes and work in some of these powerful megas, especially
Mm,
play Aquaman SP because there's no way I'm not going to play
yeah.
myself. I don't know why I did, you know. But I'm definitely going to work those strategies into my folder for next week, and I'm going to have a much more damaging, high damage potential folder for next week, and that's just how I'm going to have to do it.
Okay. So now going into our last match of the stream. It's,
There it is.
yeah, it's going to be me vs Symes.
Ooh. And this is your first fight with the ground man, right?
Yes, exactly. So,
So, in retrospect, after playing both these opponents, not
mm,
talking about the results or anything, but after playing
yeah,
these opponents, what are your thoughts on ground?
on Grandma. So I do think that Grandman as a link navi is very strong, especially if you can get in the plus area, you can get in with slow gauge as we see Symes doing. You can potentially do a lot of damage, and it's quite easy to confirm your charge shot.
Mm-hmm.
But then another thing that I didn't really know before. I knew you could partially avoid the charge shot, but seeing Sleep Close fully avoid any damage being taken multiple times, that was something new that I didn't really know
Mm-hmm.
before. And I really didn't know that when I was playing against Symes.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna see that come up in play here, right?
Yeah.
That's
So maybe
interesting.
we'll see, I guess. Um, but so we've already seen few matchups of Groundman vs Protoman. How do you think the matchup is in general?
So Proto Man doesn't have a lot of HP, and that's something you just have to look at, right?
Mm,
Especially in terms of all these navis with 1800, 1900, perhaps 2000 in some cases,
yeah.
and they have all this HP, but it's like Proto Man sitting here with that 1400. Well, the thing about that is, and I'm taking this out of salad. When I
Mm,
first started being a player, I thought that having a lot of HP was the only way to play. You know, I thought there was
okay.
a very definitive way to play Balvinaric, right?
Yeah.
When there really isn't. Salad showed me that you can play 1400 HP and
Mm,
be completely fine. There's it,
yeah.
that your HP doesn't matter at the end of the day. Yeah, you might die to insane ball really easily, whatever.
Yeah.
But if you know the combo, if you know how to prevent that from happening, and if you know how to play the game in general,
Mm,
that 1400 HP, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant because I'm gonna make your HP drain like water, and especially in a format like this, right?
mm. Yeah.
So
So
Proto Man,
yeah. Go ahead.
his HP is a crutch for sure, but I don't think it plays that big of a part, especially when you factor in Reflector or
Mm,
his Step Sword or Masa charging. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Or Neo Variable. Like, he has a lot of DPS, and the fact that you can play him in both versions of the game means you have flexibility with what what gigas you can use for him, and that's variants that Mega Man has that other navis don't, which is another big boon for him that we don't even usually consider.
Yeah, yeah, there's a very good point, and especially when you factor in the unpredictability of using both gigas. So if your opponent doesn't know, maybe you have Colonel Force to try to confirm your other attacks. Maybe you're using high damage like Delta Ray. Maybe your opponent doesn't really know what to expect from the giga, so they can't really prepare for it.
Mm-hmm. How do you prepare for the unknown? Well, to be fair, we have open set, so
Okay.
so it does
Yeah.
kind of like negate that aspect of it of anonymity. But still, it's the fact that you have these fluid options available to you
Yeah.
that makes him even better than most navies. Like I actually think Proto Man's one of the best navies. He's hard to use for sure. I'm not even gonna contend that. But what navi isn't hard to use that doesn't have it, right?
Yeah.
You have to deal with holes just like everybody else.
Yeah.
It's the same things apply. He doesn't have the best hard shot. I guarantee 100% agree that the best hard shot goes
Yeah.
to Tomahawk Man. Second best goes to maybe Ground Man.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, he has reflector. And if you're charging your charge shot, that means you're not using reflector anyway. You really want to just be spamming reflector
Yeah.
regardless. So
Okay, so these were very good points. I guess we'll see how all plays out in game.
here we
All
go.
right, this is our final
Final.
match for the day.
So going into this, you don't have any tags and you don't have any regs. And I actually was thinking about asking you this earlier. I feel like now would be the best time. So why did you decide not to have any regs or tags?
Okay, so when I was building the folder, I tried to. So I was thinking, what would I need to have as a tag? I experimented with a few options like step sword or maybe a wind rack, but then I felt like because of my code being mostly B code, I'm going to try to go through as fast as possible, and I don't really have
Mm-hmm.
anything that gives me advantage for all matchups that I can use straight away. So I decided to give myself no regs, no tags, allow me to get in the Giga, my Giga chip earlier, and then try to get advantage through that.
Very interesting. Okay, that's actually pretty smart. It's so hard to dodge that charge shot.
Yeah. So we're only one turn in, and I already lost 400, 500 HP.
And in the back of your mind, you may or may not be thinking this, but RC breaker is a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is just the one confirm away from instant delete. It's very scary fighting against ground. Ooh, nice. Yeah, you're not gonna freeze me, and I'm gonna stall out this time with this anti damage. Back up off my area. Oh, new match! Oh no!
Yeah.
No!
So that what happens when mashing is when I get mad to mash too much.
No! No! It's okay. No, everything's okay. So right here, you can attempt to use your Var Sword to dodge, right? Is that what? Oh, you're choosing tips. I mean, it's better to just take the life order and be a sure thing, right?
So started with the area grab to try to bait TFC, which is what happened there.
So you're gonna mash basically.
Yeah.
There it is. Meteor Knuckle, boom! Oof, that was beautiful. That was the optimal hood. But you're stuck. Oh, and he has that. Oh, that sucks. Okay.
But then I was.
But you have double though. You got up in time.
Yeah.
Back B? Yeah, you're right. It does break through the barrier after all.
And just like that, was that 10-2? I think that was 10-2 finish. The game just ends there. Okay, so now we start with cubes, and cubes are actually bad for me because of them I can't freely use my area grabs, so I'll have to first try to destroy them, but by doing that it makes my movement predictable for Symes to try to get an advantage on that. And it doesn't really affect his charge shots. So it starts with the slow gauge. And then yeah, so reflect doesn't do anything. Luckily I only get hit once there, but I don't have anything to TFC against the Grandma, so I'm already about half of my HP down, and Symes is at full HP. It's really not looking good for me.
And on top of that, he's getting this ground NSP to do that extra chip damage. It's not looking good. Couldn't clear that. Oh, you got the anti-damage. Alright, that's a good sign. And you do clip him if you're in.
Yeah.
But, like we were talking about, one Muramasa charge. That's a game changer.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're right in range for it.
Then he has the life aura to protect him from the para. So I just decided to go straight away with the Muramasa.
Dang. Unfortunate. Nice, and you were able to clear that back row, which means you can hide now. Decided to just take it. Yeah, you could probably mash out of this before you can charge up another one.
No, I'm out.
Move back. I'm scared for you at this point. Please.
Ooh, but now,
Okay.
so going into Costa, I have a lot of options now. See what I end up choosing.
That Delta Ray is looking. Oh, you're looking at it! You're just like, yeah, man, I think this is it. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Delta Ray, you're gonna get it, yes!
I was just mashing straight for it, yeah.
Big damage, very nice. And you get the follow-up! Oh, this is a really good... Oh no, he's out of range for that. So close. Oh, if you stepped up, you would have been fine.
Just in time,
Okay.
the panel fixes and they can avoid charge up.
Okay. Oh, it's looking so close. Okay. Can he pull it off? What is the dream right now? What is life? What is reality? How do you do this? Okay, so you're looking at Element Man with Blast Man. That's definitely a go-to here. Yeah. Oh, he took nice. You want to make sure you get 500 damage.
Yeah.
Very smart. Nope, my area. This is mine. I live.
Yeah. Starting with all the defense just to try to do something.
Okay, Element Man doesn't miss if you going for that grass. There you go. Here it is. Yeah, defense. He's gonna take this 500. Oh, it's anti-navi. Oh no, wait, you're Invis. Yes, this is perfect for you. And you're gonna hit him with this blast, man. Ah, there it is. And just like that, it's almost a tie game. Oh, but he's so close.
And it's in slow gauge. If he hits me with one charge shot, then I'm gone.
That's it. That's really it. Okay, nice. You walked out of it. Oh, the wind rag, you dodged. Oh, what the? Oh, your room is crazy. Yo, why didn't he move forward? I don't understand. Your life. What do you take? Do you go for time freeze? Do you go for risky hunt? What do you do there?
You can see I'm still thinking. I have no idea what I should do. Do I start with bees, get defense, area grabs? I have no idea what to do.
Your soul is telling you bees. You're just staring at these bees. Like, I think this is my life right here. This life or no? I need these bees. Oh my gosh, dude! Like, he's taking the bees. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Okay. You want these bees so bad. Oh, okay. Oh, you're going for the life war instead. You second guessed. All right. Is this it? Is this really it? He's stuck in animation. You thought about that.
Yeah.
You thought about that. Yeah.
Exactly. In the last second, I thought
You
about
want
that.
this? Yo. You weren't thinking. I was thinking like, yo, he doesn't know.
To the last second comeback. That was really close. I almost went into that turn without machine gun a few times. I kept thinking through it.
You were like looking at these bees like, maybe this is it. Maybe. Wait a minute. The man can't move. Oh man. These slow turns really hurt Proto Man because of that lower HP like we were talking about. The fact that you can't block these. Oh! Walked into him. Oh, that's not gonna cancel this out, is it though? Or it might actually. Waiting it out, I would have done the same. And max damage Magnum? Bro, and waiting. Here comes the charge. Nice with the bees! Yo, this is. Oh my gosh, yo, come on. Anti damage. What a good turn for you. Oh, take the charge shot. Oh, he dodged just in time. That was so close. You almost got frozen.
Yeah, in the last second. But don't forget that now I'm still flinched. Although I'm flashing, if he does have Judgment into his support chip or Eraseman, then he can still combo me into it.
But you do have the you have Life Aura here.
Yeah.
So yes, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I think buffering Eerie Grab into Life Aura is the way to go here.
And I took all area grabs, so we'll see how well that works out for me.
I'm surprised you're not going for breaking. Yes, there it is. Oh, you know you don't want to break it.
No, I think that was just a miss. So, yeah.
There it is. All this area.
And now Protoman, the best way you can be full area, life aura, so you can't be.
Nothing matters. Nothing. You're in slow gauge. No, you missed one.
I mean,
okay.
Yeah, so the charge shot is so fast.
Okay. Oh, this is a disgusting combo. You pierce the Invis, hit him with a freeze, get into. Oh, that's really good. But you opt not to take the element, man. Oh, jeez. Okay, he's gonna have the wind rack. There it is. How do you defend your area? Oh, you mashed out! You got it!
In the last second.
Yo, punch him in the face. No, you're holding the high hit. You're holding. Boom, there it is. Yo. Okay, 160.
And
there it is.
That is game.
Oh, well.
No,
he must have DC.
Yeah, no, that was the end of the game.
Oh. That was, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, it kind of looked like a rage quit to me. Yeah, that's kind of when you get killed by the worst charge. Oh man, that was a really close game from both of you though. Symes, he must have been feeling so much pressure in that moment, dude. That pressure must have been intense.
Yeah, exactly, and especially when it's a matchup that should be much better for Symes. He got me game one. It was really. He got me easily game one, and then game two, I got that comeback on the last second.
Really broke the momentum. Yeah, it shatters the entire dynamic. Dang, I'm free, but now it's not free anymore, and I have to actually think about this a little bit more. It's really interesting.
Yeah, it goes back to what we said earlier in the stream, how the earlier games could really have a big effect on the later games.
That was so good. What a good match. That was a real fight, yo. PZ. Okay, I see you, cuz. I see you. Alright, bro. Dang, you flaunting your colors around me. Talking about I'm champion, boys out here flaunting my stuff. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a really good game. It was a really good game, both of us. GG's, Symes.
GG's for sure. So what's up next? What do we have to talk about?
Okay, so I guess now that we've finished all of our games, we could try to go again over for the people that joined in the middle might be confused on how we're playing the different navis. We can go again and try to explain the format, how to sign up, and when sign-ups end.
Okay, so I think sign-ups for next week have already started
Yeah,
for next week. The cycle starts on Monday, right?
yeah,
So this current cycle isn't even over yet. These are just some of the games that were played throughout the week that we wanted to showcase for you, the viewers, and have some fun. But this cycle only ends on Monday, and that's when the next cycle starts. So it's
yeah.
a constant cycle. So you guys want to come hop in, play some matches, enjoy best game ever created on the net. Yeah, and then please come through and play some matches, man. Don't worry about winning. Don't ever worry about. Just play the game and have some fun with it, man. It's not every day you get to be, you know, Lord Galaxy Ruler, easy Gauntlet User 10,000. Don't even worry about being on that. Just worry about having fun, enjoying
Yeah,
the game.
yeah,
It's great.
exactly. And then by recording your matches, submitting to the stream, then you get in opportunities to learn about new things and seeing how things keep changing. Because it will be
Mm-hmm.
interesting now to go into next week and see how people
How
adjust their
people adjust.
folders if they
Yes,
play the
yes,
same
the
thing.
adjustments, dude.
Yeah. And to be honest, the thing that I'm looking forward to the most is seeing what people draw next.
Yes, to be honest, okay. In terms of everything, even though you did win, I think you win alone by that drawing. That is the best drawing we have. That Proto Man is legendary. That is the best thing about the smirk is so good. Everything about it is just I love it to death, bro. Look at his gauntlet, bro. Like, oh my god, I can't. The shoulder pads are so pronounced, bro. Like, I really can't. This is the best picture.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was feeling myself when I was like making the Aquaman and the Spout Man. I was drawing. I was like, yeah, this is about to be like the best picture. It's all good. And then I got blindsided by all this art that people submitted. Like it's so perfect. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. And people who do join next week's tournament, the drawing is a requirement.
Yeah.
We do need these. This is art is a part of who we are now, and we need
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I mean,
All right. Is there anything else that we need to talk about, though?
so just finishing up, if you wish to join into the tournament, then you go to the Discord, the link in the title, and then on stream right now is the information. So sign-ups end on Sunday 10 p.m. PST, and you need to put in your name, Discord, so your name, Discord name, version, and link navi, and your folder. If you're not sure on what you need to do, then you can go into Discord, check the tournaments channel. We do have a guide on to walk you through what you need, even for
Mm-hmm.
recording and how to set up, and people are more than happy um,
Help you out.
to help you out. Yeah,
We have a bunch of resources for you guys to review, to look at, just to get started and have fun. Also, keep in mind that Oh no, actually, so first of all, shout out to
yeah,
Salad with the amazing art and the amazing like background that you used for this the stream. It was amazing.
yeah,
That Tomahawk Man art,
yeah,
A1, A1, literally the best. It was really good because he sat out
yeah, yeah. It was
and
very good drawing, and it fits very well with that cycle as well. So that was very nice to see.
oh wait, it seems like it was Nerith who made the spreadsheet design. Ooh, okay, Nerith, I
Yeah,
see you. Oh, okay, nice, nice, nice. Right, yeah. But anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here and a part of the experience, and
yeah.
we'll see you next time.
And before ending the stream, there is a quick surprise that we're preparing now. So wait for a second while we get it set up, and then
Oh, one more supplier that ooh,
yeah,
ooh.
we'll be joined with this. Sol will be joined with the surprise as well. So just might take a second to get it set up. So I'm just opening some background music. So also, if anyone in chat now has any questions, feel free to ask them, and we'll get this set up.
You know, I can't even see. Oh, because I'm not logged in. Duh. Let me go ahead and do that.
Okay, so now it's almost there. Okay, so
what we got? I'm excited.
alright, there it is. Thanks to Salad, this is
What have we seen? Oh, look at her! Get himself immortalized!
the drawing is alive!
Yo! Look at thing, man! Yo! He's 3D now! Look at that smirk! Yeah, this is frightening. Yo! Look at his arm though! The gauntlet! Yo, this is so good! What is this art? What is this power? Is this legal? I don't think this is legal! Oh my gosh, dude!
Alright, well, thanks everyone for joining in chat, and thanks you so for commentating with me as well.
Oh, it's a pleasure, man. Thanks for having me.
Alright, see you everyone next week. Bye.